This episode of the podcast is brought to you by yours truly. If you'd like to be a sponsor of this podcast and future episodes, go ahead and email us at itscoronatime@91btv.com. Hello, people of the world and podcast fam. My name is Kevin Jackson, and welcome to the 17th episode of It's Corona Time. It's two podcasts in 1 week out from each other. That is crazy. We back on the road for 2022. You know what I'm saying? We've been gone for a whole year, but now we're back, and I'm excited to have a really special guest with me today. It's going to be a really in-depth technical conversation. I might go over some of y'all heads, but I really hope that y'all get a new understanding out of it today. And he'll just go ahead and introduce himself and why you should listen to him.
Hey guys, I'm Keshav Sreekumar. I'm a graduate of Cal Poly Pomona, did my bachelor's in computer engineering. Currently, I'm doing my master's at USC in cybersecurity. And why you should listen to me, I guess I have a lot of experience just working with network security and computers. And I like to share my knowledge and continue learning.
Most definitely. Well, I'm happy to have you on here, man. Thank you for agreeing to do this with me, man.
Thanks for having me.
I've been trying to freaking talk to you for so long, bro. But I was like, we have so much to catch up on, but I don't want to just talk regularly because I feel like I want to do a podcast with you and just unveil everything that we have, just so people could know, and just cool for us to catch up to in that. And since October, so now it's end of January, almost February. So let's just go ahead and dive into it, man. But first off, how are you doing, man? How's your life? Is everything going well? Coronavirus cases skyrocketed this month, bro, and it was just insane. I mean, I caught it, and again, speaking stupid.
Yeah.
So it was tough, but I mean, it was milder than what it was last time. So everything was good, but yeah, man, how's everything going?
It's been good. I mean, I've been at home pretty much the whole time. Been doing USC virtually, so that's been fun. They have a pretty good program where you can attend all the lectures remotely, and it's as if you were sitting within the class itself. You could see the professor, and you can see the board, and when they write on the board, it'll actually show up on the screen. It's super cool. So they've invested a lot into it, but they've had it for a bunch of years. It's called the Distance Education Network, and people all over the country and even across the world could participate in the classes. And it's pretty much the same as in person. So it's amazing. So it gives me that flexibility of saying, if I don't want to travel all the way down there and be in a situation where I can't come back home because of COVID or whatever, it gives me that flexibility now in this time. So I've been at home. Doing school at home. It's been pretty nice. Been going on walks, going biking. A lot of things I can't do when I'm at school down in SoCal. So I'm enjoying it up here. The only thing I'd miss, I guess, would be the weather for sure. It's been 64 the past couple of days, which is good. So, but down there it's pretty nice though. So I definitely miss that.
Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, the weather here has been a little bit chilly for us Southern California people. I mean, y'all used to the colder weather up there, but I'm I gotta be wearing jackets now, sweaters now. Especially when I'm at work, I can't just wear a t-shirt. I gotta wear a sweater under it because I'm taking off the trash at 11 p.m. and I'm it's too cold. So
right. Yeah, man, I miss that. It used to always be 70, 80 degrees over there. That was the life. You'd walk out at 9 p.m. and it would still be hot outside. That was perfect. All those Wingstop runs, I don't even remember wearing a jacket too, so
yeah,
it was pretty nice.
Man, that used to be ish, man. Every 2 weeks we would go to, every week. Oh, every 2 weeks. Okay. One of those, if you just go
every other week, I think. Every other Tuesday.
Every other Tuesday we would go to Wingstop and get the 60-cent boneless wings. And with inflation, they raised the prices.
What is it now? 70 or 75?
70, 75, I think. I think that's what it is. Oh, 65. I don't even know. Something. They raised it though. I didn't go to get them, but I just passed by because it was right next to this place I was going to. And I was the sign on the door was different. And I was no.
That's crazy, man. Inflation's kicking all of us, right?
Yeah. Gas prices be crazy for me too, man. I'm just so mad about that. I'm so mad about that.
What is it now? $5 a gallon or something like that? 5 something?
Maybe at the other places, but I go to Sam's Club. So I'm paying like below 450. But still, it's still pricey though. It used to be $50 to fill up. Now it was 67. The other day it was 75. And I was like, what?
Yeah, that's insane. That's
Man.
insane.
Like 67
Honestly,
was.
every time I see the ticker, because the gas goes up so slowly, but the money is just exponentially increasing. I'm like come on, this is insane. But yeah, no, that sucks. I guess that's one thing we can't escape inflation, right? See what happens.
Speaking terrible, but yeah, it is what it is. What, as long as I graduate and get a good job, I ain't gonna really worry about the money I'm dishing out with.
As
Or
long as our wages increase proportionally,
yes,
right? Then we'll be okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
If they raise minimum wage for minimum wage people too, yeah, as long as the wages increase proportionally to the cost of living, or at least proportional to inflation.
You should have seen some of the jobs I was actually looking at ASI. Like starting wages when I started, it was 14 bucks an hour for me, and that was like a good starting salary, right? But I think the same position is like I think they're paying 18 bucks an hour now starting. I'm like, wow, like it increased quite a bit over time. It's only been like 2 years since I left, and now it's 18.
Maybe they just really want somebody, and like they have no good candidates. They're like, and everyone's not applying, so they're like, let me just put it to 18. Maybe hopefully
Let's see
consult.
what they do. Yeah, this will get some people.
I'm
That's
honestly
true.
kind of mad. I'm salty because my internship was 18. So
At Best Buy, right?
yeah, and I
Wow.
thought 18 was good for
Well,
40 hours. Nope, nope. ASI paying the same
that
amount.
is it is a really good rate. I mean, anybody would tell you 18 is really good, but I'm just surprised. ASI. I thought we would be kind of in the middle, but they're pretty competitive now. With the wages, so
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
some jobs is.
It's definitely working for the school directly. You'll get more at ASI, I think.
Mhm. Yeah.
Definitely.
Instead of being the regular IT people, they probably still getting paid 15, but they ain't doing that much though either. So I mean, it depends on the workload.
And they get to drive the little cart around. We don't get one of those, do we? That's true. Yeah, man. That's yeah. ASI is doing pretty well, I think.
Yeah. ASI is doing good, especially when it now got me on the team. But
You gotta tell me about that. What does that mean? Last I didn't know you were on the team, so what's going
yeah,
on?
bro. So once I found out that I couldn't graduate, so I was planning to graduate right in December 2021, right after all my friends already graduated in May 2021. I was like, I could work it out, right? But then I was
Yeah.
talking to Kenneth, right, the advisor, and he was like, so unfortunately, because of the semester conversion, you're missing like 2.67 units. And one of them still has to be a lab, right? I still haven't did the 4,000 level lab requirement, right?
Yeah.
But then he said like you can't graduate with having that gap, and I'm like, and he's like the gap can only be like zero point 0.6 or something, or I don't know, less than a
Less than
unit,
one
yeah,
minute.
less than 1 unit. And I was like, what the heck, man? Like, don't blame me. Like, literally, I look at my degree progress report, everything is filled out, everything is good. So why can
It's
I?
a conversion, right?
It's the conversion.
Yeah.
I was like, how you gonna screw me over because of that, bro? Like, I was not mad at him, of course. I'm just mad at the university, man. And I tried to file like a general academic petition because I was like so mad that
Yeah.
they can put me on and it's all because I messed up the switch. You know what I'm saying? I messed up the switch, and it's
You waited, right, for a long time, I think.
huh?
Didn't you wait for a while until yeah.
Yeah, I waited to change my curriculum from the quarter to semester. I didn't do it at the time because I was like, maybe it might be better. I don't know. Waiting is just might be a better option. But you could it's funny because you can switch at any time. You can switch to the newest one at any time. Wait, no, you
Yep.
can't. You can only switch to the when you're graduating in. But I mean, I could have switched to that one for the semester which was supposed to be 2018, 2019, and then switch to another one too. And I
Oh,
was just mad they didn't give me an exemption, you know what I'm saying? Because I was here during that time.
right.
And still the universities, I still think it's the university's fault. Like, you should still have that exception for anyone that was doing that time. They can switch to it at any time.
They
So,
should have.
because I was
Yeah.
following the roadmap, I didn't follow the new roadmap. The new roadmap says um, you have to take that 4,000 level lab when before it was like a 3,000 level lab or something, or you have to take a new ethics class on your GEs. So it's like just new stuff they keep adding, and I'm like, I get it for new students and transfers, but for me, I was following the old school one. So
That's insane. Yeah, they really messed you up with that one.
So once I
So, yeah, go
Oh yeah,
ahead.
since I realized that I was gonna stay, I was like everybody that I was friends with, I was like in ASI or in the dorms or something like that, or like in a hall council. They said, "Yeah, okay, why don't you part of ASI? Like you're a sociable guy. Like you could probably be president if you wanted to." And I was like, I mean, everybody would vote for me.
I was thinking you should go in the student government. And I was like, Evan would love it there.
Yeah, but like I feel like at the time everybody was all clicky. You know, they all already knew each other. It would be hard to
All their
just
own
come in.
groups and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't
exactly.
know what they actually did. Like I don't know what stuff they actually did or got done. You know, I mean, I know you're taking $400 out of my freaking tuition every semester, but what do you do? So
No way.
nope, no idea at the time. So then, actually, one person did reach out to me. I think it was my fourth year. Was it my fourth year? My third or fourth year. I think it was my fourth year though. And they wanted me to be their vice president when they went for president.
Wow.
And I was almost down, but I didn't like that person. Like I didn't like that person because I felt like there was some other things that happened where they kind of deceived me. So then I was like, how am I gonna freaking like? How am I supposed to
What if I do
trust
it
you?
again? Who knows? Yeah.
hmm But we probably would have won. It would have been dope. But if it was the year going into virtual, it would have just been terrible. Like nothing would have got done.
They would have blamed it on you. They would have been like, "You're the reason why we're here, right?" So
So, but the vice,
honestly, you dodged a bullet there. So
I'm dead. So I applied. I applied in July for student government. They sent me back an email and said, unfortunately, you're not gonna be able. We're not like I applied for like 3 positions, right? One of the ones that really top of my top of my list was Secretary of Basic Needs, just because I was like down and bad my third year, going into my fourth year too, like broke. So that's why I had that on my heart. Rejected me for that one. I applied for what did I apply for? I applied for another position, and I applied for engineering senator. Engineering senator. They rejected me for that one.
okay.
And then I applied for officer of technology, just like a new position, something like that. They hit me back like end of September, and was like, "Hey, we would like to put you for an interview." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, sounds good." Like, I mean, how much are
Nice.
y'all paying?
So,
I mean, I thought it was free, honestly. I thought I was not gonna get no money for it, but they're like, "Yeah, you
public
get like a
service kind of thing.
stipend, public service." But it's like, yeah,
I mean, it makes sense, but yeah.
you get a stipend of like 1,500, and I was like, ah, I mean, cool, nice benefit, I guess. Interviewed me, I got in. So I am the ASI Officer of Technology. I am on the ASI cabinet. The engineering senator position is still open, so anybody wants to apply can. So they took me for that one instead of the other one. I don't know. I guess my resume showed that I had so many tech places and tech jobs and stuff. Right.
Worked at Best Buy, and you're pretty fluent with all tech things. So, I mean, it's pretty cut, but
I
yeah.
guess.
Well, that's amazing.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So I have a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
The Officer of Technology. It sounds like the CTO, like Chief Technology Officer. So like, what's your day entail? It sounds super busy.
No, not really, bro. To be honest with you, they don't even know. They just like we created this. The other years created this position because we saw a need for technology. But it's up to you to decide how you want to do it. You know how you want it to be. And I was like, oh, that's great. No roadmap. Like that's pretty, crazy.
It's flexible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it really is. It's a good job right now, but I'm looking for more ideas, and that's why I have you here to, help jog my memory. Because, but with the day-to-day operations, it's just basically being a part of the IT, university technology working groups. So they got like all these. They
Are
got
you on the IT governance board?
yes. Uh huh.
Okay,
Yep. Exactly. So they put me on.
I was on that
Oh, okay.
before.
How many were you on? Or like, which ones were you on?
I was on the infrastructure technology working group, and there was another one, security, I believe. Gabe Curry was the head,
Mm,
at least in those meetings.
okay.
But which ones are you
I'm
on?
on 7.
Is that like all of them?
Huh?
Is that like all of them?
I think so,
Wow.
man. They just said, "Here you go." I was like, "Oh." Okay, that's cool. I mean, it's cool to have somebody from ASI there because that's really what they wanted. But some of them are just random. Like I don't really need to be there for those. Like some of them just like
There's an instructional technology one, I think, as well as one of them, right?
maybe
Yeah.
is that it's probably is the one. There was one where it was like they're just digitalizing forms and they just wanted somebody to do
Oh,
to process them. or
that's
or
funny.
like administration stuff well, not administration, admission stuff. So like we're just making it easier for people to admit so they don't have to go through spreadsheets of things or like dashboards. um
They literally just say something like, "We want to do this. What are your thoughts?" And then you just like say something, and then they write it down, and that's your viewpoint coming from ASI. You represent ASI in that situation. Pretty cool though. That's awesome. Have you met a lot of impactful people in the school? Have they kind of talked to you and wanted your vision as to what you see the school becoming?
um those are some really good questions, man. I wish it was
It's a
like
loaded
that. I
question.
wish I wish it was like that, bro. Because I came right in the middle, smack daddy in the middle of the semester, right? So most of the instructional, most of the working groups, right? Half of them didn't even meet last semester, and then now starting like this semester. I just emailed the person. I was like, hey, the person that I got that pointed me to them, or like I think her name was Carolyn. I was just like, hey, I haven't had these meetings yet, and I feel like the ones that I should be on, like things that I could actually like bring up things that I think that are important. And they were like, yeah, we'll get back to you on that. So then they sent me, no, and then the head guy sent me an email and said, oh, sorry, we haven't had any meetings. We'll put you on the next one. I was like, okay, cool, dope. Um,
Cool.
but really, it's no, like it's cool seeing the IT people and getting to know like and getting to see their faces, behind the screen. Like, oh, you're the head of this in there. You're the head of this. You're the head of this. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm just more just like I'm just a voice. I'm just a small, because it's all on Zoom, right? So I'm just like, well, Microsoft Teams. I'm just a small little portion. Like I say a few things. They don't really ask for my input. If I see something major wrong, then I'll say something. But there's not really anything that's been crazy that's been brought up yet. Um, what's the biggest thing though is that I was able to get a mentor. So from ASI. I think. Are you familiar with Scott?
What's his last name? Do you
I
know?
forgot. Nah, it's like I think it's an M. Scott M. Something.
No,
No.
I don't know Scott.
Okay.
What does he do?
He used to run member services at the Brick.
Okay, it sounds familiar. It's been a long time since
Yeah.
I put in there.
Uh.
Um, if I saw him, I probably know who he
Mm.
is. Oh wait, is he the guy with the like spiky hair? Like he's got like spiky hair. He puts like gel in his hair.
Oh no. Mm-mm. He
Okay, maybe
he
it's a
he
different guy.
he said that his position is like literally remote, so you probably didn't see him that much. But yeah,
Probably
yeah,
not.
yeah.
No.
He's only came in for like to fix things or like to coordinate with different people. Like he said, he's coming in like a few weeks to fix the door on the brick, like the when you enter.
The
Yeah,
hand scanner
the
stuff.
scanner stuff. Yeah. Um.
Those things are a pain. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Thank God we don't have them no more. Um.
Oh, there's not rid of them. Okay, you'll
Nope.
have to tell me that.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, he was doing member services at the Brick, and we did really
Mm.
have, since the whole pandemic, right? The whole IT portion of ASI just got like freaking trashed, like a ghost,
Oh, we all got furloughed.
a
Yeah.
ghost town. Like Jonas is still there, but he didn't. But Scott was like breaking down things to me, and he's like, Jonas doesn't really work for ASI. He's like an IT liaison that technically, yeah.
We're contracting him,
Mhm.
but he works for the state.
Exactly. So it was literally just him. We had no students, right? So that's why you see the
Oh,
job application on the ASI websites because we're still looking for student IT technicians.
it's-
Yes, student assistants.
I'm I'm honestly surprised that there are not a lot of people that have applied to that. Like, you see the amount of CIS people that we have at school. Like, that is like that job is going to be right up their alley. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting paid a lot of money to work somewhere on campus. You don't even have to drive anywhere. As long as you're here, you're able to. And the hours are, extremely flexible. Like take it from me, because I worked there for what 2 years, 2.5 years. It's super flexible, and So it's a good job. You don't feel like you've been overworked. And everything's fun because it's a new problem that you're trying to solve. You and I both know that feeling where you're like, why isn't this work? And then you figure it out, and then you commit it to your brains. Next time it happens, you're like, oh, did you do this? And that's it.
Exactly, exactly. It's like, okay, I know how to do this now. Let me make sure that it continues. Like I do it the same way next time.
So
But people have been applying. It's just they finally now. What? Not that many people have been applying, but they have been applying. So he was just telling me the
okay.
other day that they finally got around to interviews. So probably about like in a few
Yes.
weeks they'll get started. Like right when I leave is when they'll get started and get in there. So um
We actually bought before this pandemic started. So we bought this like super nice server. Okay, it's like 20 cores, 128 gigs of RAM. I don't know if we got the RAM that came with it. We were gonna order RAM separately, but some Seagate Exos hard drives. The big part was the CPU. We got 20 cores, 40 threads. We were like, what are we gonna do with this thing? But it was gonna be our virtualization box, right? So we were gonna run a bunch of VMs on it. Um, and then COVID happened. It got delivered once I came home. Like once I was here, it got delivered to the school. I was like so sad. I was like, bro, this was gonna be like a sick project to work on. Um, and even our supervisor was okay with it. So I was like, it's a big deal if he agrees with it too, because then I get to work on it and get paid for it, which is awesome. So I was pretty bummed out when we had to go home because we never got to do anything with it. Now it's just sitting in a box somewhere, who knows where. So maybe these new guys will get to mess with it.
what were you guys gonna put on it?
So we had a couple ideas. So they're like key boxes all around the brick, right? There's these little white boxes. There's one in the facilities room, and I think there's one at the brick as well. Um, and they're like you can stick your key in it, and it'll log basically who takes the key out. So remember the BMs that have their like set of keys with them? They have a key ring.
The BMs?
Building
Oh, okay.
managers, the ones who open all the doors for
Oh,
you if you
okay.
need something, unlock the building in the morning. Those guys have like master keys with them, right? So when they come in for the beginning of the day, they'll go type in their PIN on this machine, and they'll get to pull out the key that's theirs, and it will only let you pull out your key. And it basically logs all that stuff. So say like you forget to turn in your key back at the end of your shift, it'll log that. You'll know who did it. So it's pretty cool. We wanted to centralize all the authentication and the control of that box on that virtual machine. So that was one of them. The other thing I think was the HVAC control. So all the not the brick. I don't think the bricks is into it, but the BSCs, all their control is all network based, and so you can control all of it from your computer. So you could go set the temperature higher, lower, turn off the fan, on the fan from your computer. We needed a box that was reliable, had good performance, and so we were gonna put that on there, as well as just some other things. We were thinking of having labs, like say you have an event going on at the BSC and you need 10 computers. Well, what if we could just give you 10 Raspberry Pis that would RDP into this machine, right? We got 20 cores. What is this 20 cores that we're going to get used for? So, 20 cores, 40 threads, right? So that's a lot of threads. Even if we gave 4 cores or 4 threads to each of these machines, that's a good lab that you have right there. And the setup time is almost zero. You just need a monitor and a Pi. So we had a lot of ideas for it, but none of it really got realized just yet.
Got you. Got you.
Sorry for that nerd tangent,
No,
but
no, you
that's what we were
no,
doing.
no, no. That's good. That's good because those are things I could bring up to him and see, like, if you guys have already, if they've already, or Jonas. I mean, probably not, but probably the new guys could, can mess with. And if you have a list of those, like, send those to me too, and like, I'll see if about getting that to him.
For
But
sure.
that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. I'm not quite sure if a lot of people would use the labs though, like like the 10 computers and Raspberry Pi in.
So there's mostly those people. So there's some people that say, hey, we need to do trainings, and we need 20 people, and we need 20 desktops in this room. And it's a pain to bring all these desktops with us, 20 desktops that to the room, plug in the cords and everything. We wanted something pretty simple and was headless, or not really headless, but like didn't have a lot of operational complexity with it. Somebody could just plug it in and walk away. Um, so we were thinking of that. Also at the brick, those enrollment kiosks that you have,
Mhm.
we wanted to do something virtual with those as well. So they have a full blown computer behind it. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's like a 8-core CPU, 16-thread CPU that's just powering the little hand scanning thing. So
What?
it's a waste of performance, right? Why are we wasting a whole computer for something that a Pi could do pretty simply?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a lot about consolidation and moving a lot of things, because things break when they're at the brick, right? If you have a full computer there, somebody kicks it, may stop working. But if you have a Raspberry Pi there, what are the odds it's gonna just break? We'll just re-image the SD card
Yeah.
and good to go,
I-
right? So a lot of ideas we had, we really wanted to implement them, but then COVID happened and we all went home. But I was super excited. Kevin and I, the other Kevin, I don't know if you've met him, but we were super excited. We were like, bro, this is gonna be a cool game server. We were thinking of putting a Crisis server or Battlefield server on it, seeing what it could do. Yeah, it was amazing. It was a fun experience, and we were even surprised our supervisor basically checked off on it because we didn't think he would sign off. This was like expensive tech. I think it was maybe 12 grand or something like
wow.
that for one computer. It's like, wow.
I mean, but y'all been there for a while there too,
We had
trustworthy.
some bargaining power. Yeah. Yeah. So it was good. But I'm sure hopefully those guys will want to do something with it. And if not, I'll give you some ideas and you could whisper in their ear, be like, there we have this computer over there. Think about it.
And-
Yeah, I spoke to Jonas recently.
oh,
Actually, he actually said they had a couple people in the pipeline. Um, so we'll see what comes out of it. We'll see.
for sure. That's dope. That's dope. Could you tell the people just a little bit about your day to day operations, how it was back then, and like how many people you had on the team?
Yeah. Okay. So when we first joined, when I first joined, I was in a team of 3 people. Um, Day-to-day operations was mostly just honestly, it was very flexible. So we have a called the IT cave. It's the room across from Jonas's room, um, where we keep all our computers and stuff. But so we just hang out there, um, do a lot of projects on our own. Disassembling things, putting things back together. Whenever we get a call or an email, though, that takes priority. So somebody says, "Hey, this isn't working," we'll go check it out. And sometimes we can help them over the phone, depending on how tech savvy they are. We can say click this, and there you go. And we'll head down there and we'll help them out if needed, and then just come back and pretty much do whatever until the next call or email comes along. It's super flexible. There are a lot of benefits of working in that building specifically because all the events that are going on. So for example, say Red Cross, you got the blood drive going on, or there's an event that had a lot of food. They will literally deliver their food to our room after they're done. Or if it's the Red Cross, you know how they have those shirts, the Red Cross shirts, when you donate blood. We get those shirts just because they don't want to take them back or for some reason. But it has its perks. So whatever events you go to, you help them out. They usually ask you to stay and like want to give you something. So it's pretty cool. You meet a lot of people, a lot of faces. I don't think I've ever had to remember that many names like ever in my life before. So it was pretty cool. And there's a lot of turnover. So like you'll come next week and you'll see this new person that you've never seen before. And so it really built my intrapersonal skills because I wasn't super talkative before. I was kind of to myself. And ASI is kind of what brought me to talk to people and you know approach people and actually be like, hey, it's not that scary. They're asking you for help. Well, what's the problem? You just got to talk to them. No one's that scary. So
And the people that you like helped out or that were calling, like, were they staff members? Were they faculty?
yep. So okay. So we have at ASI, at least we call them pro staff, which is professional staff. All of the quote unquote adults, I guess, like people who who are like actually going here for a job, not a student essentially. And then we have student staff. So there's a lot of pro staff, but I think student staff outnumber pro staff 3 to 1 or 4 to 1 or something like that. Um, so a lot of students, few pro staff. So we usually help students and pro staff. Sometimes there are other people that just come in and have a problem. Like people may report a problem at the brick. We'll go help them out over there. So it's just a mixture of people who come, but it's usually the pro staff that have a lot of questions. With technology and things like that. Students tend to just keep trying until something works, or mess around like you and I, we would probably do. So I don't get a lot of calls from students, but it's definitely there.
Mhm. So got it. So it's mostly helping out the professional staff of ASI. Yeah, and
Correct.
then
Yep.
the IT, like university IT, would help out probably faculty and other staff from other departments, things of that nature.
That is correct. So the only buildings that we our jurisdiction, I guess, would be the BSC, the Brick, and the
BSC.
Children's Center. I don't know if you've been, yeah, Children's
I've
Center. So
never been actually, but I know that it's there.
so funny story. Well, the first time I went to the Children's Center, nobody had seen me before, right? But the ceilings, by the way, are super low. Maybe
Kids.
I think it's like maybe 6'5" the ceiling because my head is like right up there. Um, but I walked in and they were like, I don't know, they were playing around, and one comes up to me and it's like, if you jump, will your head touch the ceiling? I was like, I don't know, we could try. And I jumped, and like literally all the stuff on the ceiling just like my head. He had a fun time out of it, but I was like, I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't know that much would happen. But he was happy. I was happy. I was like, okay, that's fine. But we take care of all their IT stuff over there, um, all their computers, all the problems they have. It's amazing. The kids like come up to you and they'll ask you like, "What are you doing? Like, what's wrong with the computer?" Like they're actually
Interested.
invested in it. So it's nice, to tell somebody like, "Oh, I'm just doing this." And they're like, "Why don't you do this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that probably won't work." Um, but it's really cool. It's a cool environment.
That's dope. That's dope. Man,
So yeah, Brick Children's Center, BSC, all the classrooms and all that is taken by the blue shirts, the university
people
IT.
that don't do anything, got it for sure. Um,
Yep.
man.
They have a lot of people. Like, oh my God, I
Mhm.
think they employed like what, 40, 60, I don't know how many people, but they're like constant rotation of where they go, essentially.
And they get that little
It's a
cart
lot.
to just drive around in.
That is true. But I mean, honestly, I can't imagine. Like, remember walking up to building 3 or something, like from the CLA building? I wouldn't be able to do that back and forth. So maybe the cart's worth it, but at least for us, it wasn't too bad.
Dang. Man, that's really opening my eyes to perspective too. Because now I see like a direct correlation between the student assistants, IT student assistants, and my position. Like
Yep.
I feel like for other positions in ASI, right? For example, let's say that you're inner hall council senator or something. You have an inner hall council committee. You go to the inner hall council working groups or meetings or whatever, right? Um, and you have your own committee, so you have people that report to you about different
Right.
things. But like I don't really have anybody that really reports to me. But I feel as though now, like those at least the IT student assistants can help me. They're like they could bring things to my awareness that I wouldn't even know before. They can
Definitely. And
help.
honestly, those guys will give you like a perspective that you won't get from a lot of other people because those are the guys that are, somebody has a problem, they're going to be the guy to go there, and if the problem is not solvable by them, say they need some permission or something, then Jonas comes in. But most of the time, you'll find out firsthand what the problems are from the guy sitting in the room over there. And they're not going to be doing a lot too. So you just pop in there and just talk to them.
Yeah.
They'll let you know for
I'm
sure.
honestly gonna ask Scott now. I'm like, hey man, can I get my own? Like, can I be with them upstairs? Like, I don't want to be downstairs in student government no more. I want to be up.
Wait. So Scott,
Yes.
Scott is at the Brick, right?
Yeah, he used to work member services at the big. He has a new role as like the technology guy for ASI now. So he's the actual like,
Okay.
yeah.
So what's his? So where is he and Jonas in terms of like
Um.
uh,
So
org
so
chart?
basically, he's in charge of the student assistants now. Yeah.
So what's Jonas?
But
Okay,
still,
wait.
Jonas is
So
still there.
so
But instead of reporting to Jonas, they report to him.
okay, so before it used to be
Hmm.
Powell Velasco, and then it used to be Carol for some time, and so now it's Scott who are supervisors.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I got to see a picture of Scott. I don't
Yeah.
if he's been there.
Yeah, he's been there
I
for
mean,
a minute.
that's
Yeah,
interesting. If I have someone in mind, I don't know if it's him.
because him and Jonas were sitting in on the interviews, so at least that's what he was saying. So I was like, okay, cool,
Cool.
cool, cool. Like that's at least the, you know, um.
So,
But yeah, I gotta show you a picture later, or like jog your memory to see, because you probably have seen him, but like you said, he
I think I
works
have.
remote, so he probably didn't even come to school that much.
That's true. Yeah. I I have an idea of who he is, but I don't want to make a false assumption, so I'll wait to wait till we see it.
Man, I just feel sad for Jonas. Then probably for the past year and a half, he was the only guy to really do anything. Oh,
So
what?
so it's funny because yeah, I feel bad for him as well. But also when we were in I don't know if you knew, but we used to have Tim Doe, who used to be our previous I guess manager, but not really manager. The guy who was a predecessor to Jonas was Tim. And in between, so Tim had left to go to housing. And in between, we didn't have Jonas yet. So it was just the student assistants, and we would have to basically do all the work. And if there was something that needed to be escalated, we have to go call, I think there's a guy, Tim, another Tim. We'd have to call Tim from IT, state IT, and be like, hey, could you do this for us? So it'd be a lot of back and forth.
Oh,
But
is it
we
Tim Raymond, the head guy?
no,
Oh,
it's Tim
oh.
Lockhart. So we spoke to him for a while. It was like 3 months, I think, and then they started interviews again, um, and we got Jonas. There was a couple other ones that I'd interviewed. Um, I hope they don't watch this, but like we were lucky with Jonas. I'd say that. So Jonas was really good. He was very like I guess what's the word? He was willing to listen to us. You know, some of the people that come in there, they'll be like these kids
Yeah.
that are here at the IT. Why do I want to listen to them? You know, they probably don't know that much. They're just kids. They're students. Well, Jonas actually like wanted to listen to us, learn from us, and be like, who is this person? We'd tell him, and he'd now know these people. Or if he'd ask us if we've seen these problems before, instead of just trying to figure it out for himself. And that's good because then we're kind of on the same level ish. There's no like weird disconnect between us and him. So we appreciated that with him.
It's always good when someone actually like listens to you,
Definitely.
and just like and yeah, I know we're just a student and you're only here for some time, but like we would like to see these things happen, or like we feel like really strongly about this, like
Yeah.
and that's how I feel about like the, at least on the student government side too. Like we have the administrators, like we have we have the associate director, and like she's the one that like we could talk to like when we have ideas, when we have events that need to be happening. She's like the advocate for us, like to tell us like, yeah, I've been
Is it Liz? Is it Liz still?
oh yeah, as the executive director, yes, but for like student government, it's Ashley. Yeah.
Ashley, I know her. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like we could think, and she's like this, and she's like, I've been here for this many years, like this is not possible, or this is possible.
Ashley Joseph. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, she's good. Yeah.
And I love my black women too. My black you got her, you also got Lauren. So I was like, okay.
Denisha. Yeah. We have Denisha. Is Rashonda still there? She'd be at the brick, maybe not.
I just haven't seen that side, probably.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. Let me see. I want to give a few more updates, like just about like to update you on everything that's happening. But I wanted to see. No, I don't know. Which one should I do first? Should I talk to you about all the updates, or should I ask you real quick about the ideas that you had when you were working as an assistant?
Let's go through the updates first.
For sure. Yeah. So, like I said, at end of September, I got appointed to the board. We got our president, ASI president PJ. He appointed me, and it's been cool. Like it's been an overall good experience being there. Um, I thought I was like the last appointee, but no, they appointed like seven other people after me. So that even people newer than me. But I feel like I have a close relationship with like the core members, like the president
Right.
and a few other people too, because they were on the board last year too, and they just updated the positions. Um,
Definitely.
so it's been a cool experience. The working groups have been okay so far. Like I said, I had ideas that I would like to bring up, but I feel like I have to search for the right working group, to bring it up
Yep.
in. I can't just bring up, hey, let's talk about Duo in like the one that talks about just petitions. We got to do the information security one or something. And I actually want to get like face on face time with like those people in IT to really to have them break things down for me and to see what
Right.
changes can actually be implemented or like what we
Right.
have to hold on for now. So they actually were going to make they were going to make my CPP strictly cloud based, um, and not server based.
Is it not cloud-based right now?
Huh?
Is it not cloud-based right now?
Part of it is cloud. Oh wait, is it? Or is it Canvas? I'm trying to think of which one is cloud based.
Blackboard's cloud-based as well.
Is
Uh, Canvas should be, and my CPP I think is in running in AWS now as well.
um, I think my CPP was supposed to be AWS, but they paused on it. I don't know. It was part of the infrastructure. I gotta look back and see the email, but they said that part of it was moving to AWS, but they paused it. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Um,
I wonder.
yeah. I do like things being cloud based, because it saves money, it saves resources, saves time.
Well, it's not even that. It's the availability, right? Like we've had how many times have we had Blackboard like completely
Yeah,
go bad,
that's true.
we need it.
Mhm.
Well, if it's in the cloud, the resources can scale, it's like, oh, we have 30 people that are using it. Let's up the CPUs or, bring it down or drop it, bring it up. It's a lot more flexible, I'd say. And they'd save money because they're only paying what they use. So the benefits are there. The drawbacks, quite a few drawbacks, is the data is not on their premises anymore, right? They don't have full control over it, and they're at the mercy of this cloud provider. We all know cloud providers go down too. So, if we're in a situation where we lose data or the service is down when people need it, there's nothing they can do other than tell us, oh, just wait until Google or Amazon fixes it, pretty much.
But you would say you're a proponent of cloud based. Yeah.
There's a good place for cloud-based services, and I think my CPP would be a good one.
For sure. I just some things. I feel like a good mix. I don't know. It's like you can use like a cloud software natively. I feel like
Yeah,
that's something that's like a good middle option. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. When Cascade went cloud, I mean, it is what it is, right? But I don't know. It's different when you don't have the physical data on the servers no more, and you have to,
yep.
yeah.
Well, you and I are different, right? So like, I want to self-host as many things as I can at home, right? So I'll have my camera, so I can just go to a URL and the DNS will redirect it back home, and I'll view all my cameras. Or I'll have Nextcloud, which is kind of like Google Drive. It's a replacement for Google Drive. I'll use that instead of Google Drive. But when you have a lot of people that are working on something together, like a school, it's hard. It's harder, I guess, to enforce your policy when things are self-hosted or on-prem versus if things are in the cloud. There's a lot more granularity you can get with some things. There's also trade-offs, but I would say in just terms of availability, I don't know if the confidentiality of the data is important, but in terms of availability, you're not going to beat the 99.999959 percentage of the cloud, right? But I agree. Self-hosted, between you and I mean, I'd always go self-hosted, but I think there's just a time and a place for some of these things. Like Blackboard, I honestly, I was happy that it went cloud because like the thing would lag, like it would be really slow before. So I'm happy. I would miss sometimes some of my, well, this is my fault for turning it in that late, but like it would just stay uploading. And I'm like, the file is not even that big, you know, and I was at school itself as well. So, and I could see the percentage of the upload going up, and it was like a 12 kilobyte Word file. What is this, you know? Yeah. So I was done with it. Ever since they switched to cloud, it was a lot better. And also, another thing is when we had Blackboard on-prem, when I'd come home and do things, I'd get like serious latency to Blackboard. Whereas now it's in the cloud, you know, whatever's closest to me is what responds. So yeah, that's my rationale.
So Canvas is cloud based too, right? You said
Canvas is cloud-based.
Okay. It went down the other day, honestly. Went down finals
Did
week.
it?
Yeah, it went down finals week. And all the classes disappeared. And I was like, I wonder why. Maybe it was just I think it was probably an arbitration issue or like an issue with the
Authentication?
no, I think probably like maybe like it just dropped the classes. So it was like maybe
Oh,
I should be
so it loaded, but it just forgot all of your
yeah.
classes. Somebody probably messed up some data entry or something. It sounds like 'cause it seems weird that it would take you there but not pull up what you did. Sounds like a database problem. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, but Canvas is nice, so much better. I was like, dang,
Good.
Blackboard going away, but honestly, it's 5 times better. So definitely a better
You
platform.
talked about the brick.
Oh
You said the
yes,
brick has
the
no
brick
files
is
anymore.
different. Yes, I was about to get to that. Thanks. So because of COVID, they got rid of the hand scanners. Even though universities housing still has hand scanners for freaking for the for Centerpoint.
I don't even remember that we had hand scanners.
They
I thought we just show them ID
Yeah, you
card.
could do that too, but then you could get like your and it's just and it's not you don't put your hand on it, you scan it through. So it's like
Oh,
it scans it through, and I'm just like, how does that even work? Like, how does it
how does
capture
it
it so
work? Yeah,
quick? You know, I don't understand.
got some high refresh rate camera over there or something. Wow,
Right?
that's
I was
insane.
like, hey Scott, can we get something like that for the brick? Like that can work too. But no, we actually
Definitely.
went old school, and now we're doing a barcode. So we have an ASI app.
Yeah,
Um, it's okay. It's okay.
I've heard people say it's really slow. So what's your experience of it?
That bitch is terrible, if I'm being honest with you. But he worked really hard on it. Okay, and they're making improvements. Um, they threw it together in the middle of the pandemic, right? So I mean, what can I say? Um, but it just has too many icons. First of all, and that's something that he took note of. So they're gonna try and narrow down the icons. Some of the places just go straight to the website because they don't want to put everything in there and update it all the time, which I understand too. Um,
Right,
and then what else? But the thing that everybody hates the most is for the barcode. So they replaced it with the barcode scanners for the brick, right? But
right.
there's a timeout, a 20-minute timeout, and for me, it's an immediate timeout because I don't have. What do I do? I do the First of all, I can't say remember me for that many hours, and then I get the phone call. So it happened like
Oh, the dual
yeah to
stuff?
do a phone call. So like five. I think this has happened so much now. I was so frustrated. Like I click on it, like it calls me. I hit one, cancel. It starts to load up the barcode, and then it doesn't. And then I have to redo it again. I'm like, what the heck, yo? What's going
Oh
on?
my God.
So I'm just like, guys, this
Wow.
is my ID. This is my number. Like, just take it.
So my question would be is what is preventing somebody from screenshotting it and using it again?
Redoes it. It
Oh, so
generates the
each time it's
generates
like
the barcode. Yeah, one time.
so it's only valid for like a certain time.
Yes.
Smart. Okay.
Yeah, but and it can't be rescanned either. And I'm just like, but like, if I screenshot it and then rescan for like the 20 minutes, does that still work? No. But I don't.
So okay.
But why does it need to be?
So it's contactless,
Yes.
but it's also drawbacks quite a bit.
But I don't understand why it needs to be regenerated every 20 minutes. I mean, all the time. Why can't it just be a?
It's probably because you could send it to me and I could go as Kevin to the brick and nobody would know.
Are there any changes that you think? Anything that issues that brought up when you in your tenure? as a student assistant that you feel that can be made? Anything that I can voice?
Um, so a lot of my time was spent helping people, right? So I know a lot of the problems that people face. I would say, I guess, a lot of the things is that people won't really ask for help. Okay, so one of the things that we did was we did these called proactive checkups, right? And we'd go to every single person at the Brick BSC and Children's Center and ask, hey, how's your day? Is everything working well for you? And you would be surprised at how many people have a problem, but are too like shy, or they don't want to say anything because they don't think it's a problem. They'll be like, they're worried that we'll think that, oh, you really called us for this? Like, you could have just done this, you know? And like, I feel bad because that's not what we're trying to put out there. And people just think if the problem is so small that they can just overlook it, even though it kind of bothers them or it's not helping their work get done. So, if there's a way for people to be more, I guess, open and not scared of the IT people, or just asking for help with technology at all, I think would be a good thing to have. Because a lot of the problems don't even come up through tickets, none of those, until you go talk to them. And they're like, oh, that printer has been saying this thing for like a week, but it's okay. I just go walk downstairs to do any of my printing. I'm like, I mean, the printer is here for a reason, right? So if it's not working, it's not doing its job, which means you're having to go walk. Um, so we'd rather take care of you than have you do that. So I think that's one of the disconnects that we had when we were there, is that a lot of people wouldn't tell us anything. And not sure it's because of, are they worried? Are we going to say something about them, which was not going to happen. So it just I wish those would come up, because a lot of people need help and they don't want to say it.
For sure.
That's one thing I can think of. Maybe eliminating the scare of calling IT, or being like, oh, I have to call IT. Dang it. Maybe I won't do that. I'll wait. IT people, at least these new folks that come on, they should be approachable. They should be dependable. And they should be sociable, right? We shouldn't be the group that's like, they're in the cave. You don't want to disturb them, like they're the weird crowd. They should be they should be like normal people, and you know everyone should want to hang out, and and we also want to help everybody. I think we want to get that across. So that would help. Just doing that, proactive health checks. Trying to think what else. I don't really know what else. Everything was pretty good over there. Um, you sounds like you have new management, or not you, but IT staff have new management now, so can't really say anything with that either. But I think also let the kids. I mean, we all learn over there, so sometimes you need to give them a little space, right? Because they know some things, and some of the higher ups may think, oh no, that won't be it. Um, so work on building a team, I guess, would be another thing, is very good, because Jonas is going to be stuck with them for a long time, at least if they're young,
Yeah.
right? So
Hope so.
it's definitely good to use that time to grow together, I guess.
Most
Definitely.
definitely.
And I think that's it. Honestly, the job was really good. So it's the only thing I could think of was, people shouldn't be scared of us. I don't want people to be like, oh, what did we do? When we come over there and I'm like, can I use your computer for a second? They're always like really scared, like we caught them doing something. We're not like, if we wanted to look at your stuff,
We could.
we might do that. But like, why would we do that? Like, that's pointless. So yeah, some people get scared when we come into the clock-in computer, because they may have done some things, and they're always a little scared. Like, what are we gonna find out? But I'm not gonna say anything. Like, I'm just here to help you out. That's all. So
I saw that you
pretty
time
much.
edited here. You didn't punch in at this time. Like,
Yep. Yep. Saw you ran the clock back a little backwards to see, to change it. I mean, so that's, everyone should treat us, the same, and shouldn't be scared. Ask for help if you need it, and we'll do it. And ask for help either otherwise too, because otherwise we're just sitting in the room the whole day. So um, you'll give us exercise asking for help, so it's good. Win-win. I think for ASI, broadening the so we have a lot of jobs that get students with technology, working with things that they would when they go outside of ASI. I think it would be, I know that there's still a disconnect there, right? I mean, a lot of people still don't know how to do some things on a computer that could be useful for them later on in life. Um, Maybe, I don't know if this is in the purview of ASI, but there's a lot of events that are there. And I know clubs have tech events and stuff like that, but at least maybe you should have workshops like, hey, MDPR is throwing together a how to use Lightroom, Photoshop, whatever software they have. And they should be able to, because when you teach somebody something, the person who's doing the teaching gets knowledge as well. They're cementing their knowledge, and the person they're teaching is also learning something. I think ASI has such a breadth of skills. You have financial services, you have DPR, you have IT, how to manage people, all that stuff. I think it'd be cool to have workshops with different pro staff and all that kind of stuff to teach students that are not directly affiliated with ASI what it means to do this, or even show them the ASI culture, because a lot of them don't even know what ASI does really. So that'd be something I was thinking about. Would be a cool thing at ASI. I've had a lot of people come to me when we were doing things at the Brick. We had this big TV that we were trying to fix, and they were like really interested. And they were asking when the position, if there'd be an opening for our job and things like that. It'd be cool to give them a taste of what we do, on the daily. Be pretty cool. In terms of the school, a lot of the things I had with the school have been since rectified, so that is a good thing. I don't really know anything technology-wise what I would consider for the school. I want to say that cloud is a good direction, but there's also a good balance between security and usability. So by having this duo on our phones, sure, your security goes way higher, but what do people want to do instead? They may make riskier decisions. Say, for example, they turn off their lock screen on their phone because they're like, I don't want to have to unlock my phone to open the notification and press accept because I have to unlock to use the lock screen notification. I know a lot of people that just do that because they're like, I don't want to have to do this. So there should be more flexibility with the trade-offs between security and usability, because obviously if something is super secure, somebody wants to find a way around it because it's not usable for them. It doesn't fit in with how they do things. So that's something I would consider, especially the timeouts like we talked about. 12 hours makes sense for some things, but not really all things, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense, especially when some of them, like Outlook on your phone, doesn't even enforce that. So how can the web Outlook enforce it, but my phone Outlook doesn't? There's obviously a mismatch in terms of what's.
It's just cool. It's just funny though how I really wanted to be in your position, right? And I'm just like, oh, kind of there, but not really.
In a way, those guys are gonna like kind of report to you in a sense, right? They're gonna tell you about what they're doing, and so you're like high level. You get to learn what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a good trade off.
I'm excited. I'm excited now. Like I feel like I have a better vision. So thank you.
You should talk to them as soon as they come on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey Scott, whenever you guys are hiring, I'm gonna make my headquarters the second floor now. That's where I'm gonna be at. I'm away from all the government stuff. I'm with the IT people.
Yeah.
So
their room's pretty sick. You like it there. It's a nice room.
You gave me a tour. Remember the one time? You were like, yeah, this is where we were looking at the Mac. Still sitting in my garage, bro.
Oh yeah, we tried to unscrew, right? Yeah. I remember. You bought that from the auction, right?
You should have told me. Man. She told me. Now I got my Mac back here, my M1, and it's so much better. But
We should have salvaged the SSD from it. I didn't. We should have done that at least.
remember that y'all took out the SSD.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, remember because for data.
I thought we would have wiped it. Okay,
No, you wiped,
maybe.
but well, I think you tried to wipe it, and then you just took it out because you couldn't.
Oh yeah, we didn't have an NVMe
Mm-hmm.
interface or whatever that Apple proprietary stuff is.
Yeah, honestly, wait. No, I'm not able to turn it on though, so I don't even know.
Was it for parts when you got it? Is that why?
Yes, it was for
Okay.
parts.
Why did you buy it? I don't know.
I thought it could work again. I thought it was like a minor fix.
You should have just asked me because
Yes, I know. I didn't know at the time. You said that after, and I was like, I paid $66 for this.
It's not the worst of purchases though,
No,
so
it's not. It's not that bad. No.
that's good.
How are you liking your Mac, man?
It is. I can't reach it, but it's pretty good. It's got the M1. It's honestly it hasn't slowed down at all, which I'm very surprised about. But I updated to Monterey, and the battery life is not good. Like I don't know what changed. The Big Sur was amazing, and Monterey is not that good.
That's so sad. I thought
And
it
I
would be
have
even
this.
better.
I thought so too, but I have these memory leaks that come up. So like I've never seen this message before, but it says your computer has run out of application memory. And you know what application is doing it? It says Finder. I'm like, bro, what is Finder doing? It's using 14 gigs of memory. I'm like, what the heck is this? So yeah, I was just it's weird. But when it works great. I love, one thing I really hate though is like when you put it on your lap, it's not warm at all. It's like freezing cold because it's metal, and it doesn't heat up. The bottom doesn't heat up because the chip is not using that much power. But it stays cold for a long time versus like this laptop I'm on right now. Like, the fan's on full blast, so it's hot, but it's efficient. That's a good thing. And the battery it used to last for like a week, but now like 2 days.
Dang.
Pretty good though. I mean, with my kind of usage though,
Yeah.
anything that's above like 4 hours is amazing. I have Chrome, Safari, Firefox all open at the same time, and it handles it very well. It's a good computer. I think it's one of the. I wouldn't have bought an Apple computer otherwise, but since they built their own chip, I'm like, all right, we'll give them a shot. It's good, right? It's a good computer.
Yeah.
So yeah. What about you? You at the M1, 16 gigs?
I think I bought it at a wrong time.
Why?
I don't know because I was using my my Razer laptop a lot, right? I was basically doing all my editing on there, all my programming pretty much on there. I would use my Surface for taking notes in class, for like small little tweaks in terms of like drawings for like Adobe Fireworks or Photoshop. And like I had those two computers and I used it, and they were pretty good. And then when I got the Mac, I got it in May, right when the school year ended. So and I mean we were still at home, so I mean it kind of makes sense for me to use that instead. But I feel like the additional computer was like, why do I need this many computers? Like I literally was using what I used, and then getting a Mac now just threw everything out of the water. So before I started my internship, I used my Mac solely. And then after the internship, when school started back again, I literally just used, I didn't use the Mac that much anymore. I literally was just using my Surface and my Razer again. And then when spring break, and then when summer came, not summer, when winter break came, I was using the Mac solely again. And I was a little bit using the Razer, but my Surface was literally in like a bin. Like it was like in a bin, like that. I didn't even touch it for like the 7 weeks of break. I was just like, wow. Like I turned it back on like this week, and I was like, wow, that was my final for my for my artificial intelligence class. Wow, that's crazy. So
that's funny.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't even know what I'm really using it for, and I understand that it's so much faster. Before I ran out of data, because I got the 256 version, and I don't know why I tried to do everything on there. Like I bought a whole external drive so I can do everything on, but I just haven't been. I mean, I use it, but I just don't use it for everything.
Right.
Like I just move it off after. I didn't edit on it, which I should use it for, right? Um, and it was fast. It was clean. It was good. I was using Premiere Pro. That was optimized, but I didn't use Final Cut yet, which is the main reason why I wanted to get it because Final Cut is so much faster. Final Cut has, it's more optimized.
It's made by Apple, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I haven't got a chance to check it out yet because it's like $300. So I've been waiting.
Wow.
Um.
How about DaVinci Resolve? I've heard good things about them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. But I mean, I wanted to go with something that was native. It was made by the same company. So I mean, that's what it's been at right now. It's been good though. Sitting on my desk. Nice monitor, 2K monitor for it.
Wow.
So yeah, and it's running via USB C. Yeah, that's what I'm
What's
happy
right?
about.
Oh, the monitor is USB-C?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I had to
That's
make
pretty
sure.
cool.
I had to make sure. I was like, I'm not about to use HDMI on this issue. No, if I paid for a USB C out, I need to get a USB C monitor.
That's amazing. Nice.
Um,
It's a good computer.
mhm.
I like it. It's I think it's one of Apple's like good redesign. It's not just like now it's got the i7 or whatever. The price point is perfect for this like computer, right? Um, and I think now that they know that it's a hit, the M2 is going to be, they're just going to come back to Intel prices because everyone knows how good it is, right?
Well,
The
I
M,
mean, the 15,
yeah,
what was it? The 16-inch one and 13-inch ones are more.
they're so expensive
Yeah, they're more than the
because now
Intel.
everyone knows. They're like, if the M1 is this good, what is two M1s going to be? What is four M1s going to be, right? So, yeah.
And
And the,
no, sorry.
go ahead.
The only part that I'm sad about is that it doesn't run Windows natively anymore. You got to do parallel. So
You can run Windows on ARM. That's through parallels, but yeah. Yeah. But I mean, the bandwidth is just like everything flies. It doesn't seem like anything's like being held back, which is amazing. Like usually Macs get slow over time, but this is one of those Macs that feels like it'll still stay fast for a while.
This better last me 10 years, okay?
I
Like
know,
everyone
dude,
else is
I'm
bad.
knock on wood, like this works because it's a good computer. But I definitely get the feeling when you have like multiple devices and you don't know like why you have one of them because you don't use it. So kind of short story, but I got the Pixel, right? Pixel 6. I had the OnePlus 6T before. You've seen that one.
Yes, bro. Your one is the last of you.
Right? It works really like it was perfect, right? But T-Mobile had this deal that was like trade in a phone and get 300 off the Pixel. I was like, okay, what phones do you take? They said we take iPhone 6. I had one. That phone is so slow, by the way. It's like it doesn't work at all. And I have a five, what is this, SE over here. So this one's newer anyway. So I was like, I'll just give away the 6. So I give it away. And this phone was only like $300. So I was like, yeah, okay, this is a good deal, right? What am I going to do? This phone is not going to give me any of their resale value later on. So I got the Pixel, and now I have the OnePlus 6T, and I have a Pixel. I'm like, so this is what I told myself. I'm just going to keep it in the box for like a year or so until I'm done with the 6T, and then I'll use the Pixel. But I didn't do it. I wanted to use the Pixel as soon as I got it. I was like, bro, this Tensor chip is going to do amazing. But, it's a lot of, I don't know. I don't like it that much. Like, one thing I have. So first off, fingerprint sucks. Okay, you cannot go outside in the sun and use the fingerprint scan. It doesn't work.
Wow.
Like I don't know what it does. The light's not like this doesn't work at all. So I have to cover it with shade, like cup it, and then put my finger on it. Yeah, it's really bad. Second of all, the camera is great. Okay, but if you're taking a picture, like say you had a worksheet and I want to take a picture of it, only the center is in focus. Everything else is like a bokeh effect. It's the lens. The lens is like,
Well, which one are you using?
The normal, the main.
The main? Huh.
Yep. And they say that's because the focus plane is only good like in the center, like a small circle around it. And the edges become fuzzy, which is great for like portraits, but not for this, like not for when I need to do something. Even the camera says move back to improve focus, and you have to move. nothing move. And the ultra wide's is not that good. It's really grainy, but a $300 phone for me, so I didn't expect a lot.
So wait, is that the Pro?
No, it's a six,
Oh,
just the
is that
regular.
the 6? Yeah.
I didn't want a curved screen, man. Like I don't like curved screen. I don't want it, right? And what am I giving up? The 4x camera and what, an extra 4 gigs of RAM, I think. That's it. And
What
the
and the
curved
front
screen.
facing, the front facing camera.
Oh, yeah, what is that? Like 8 megapixel on mine and 12 on the other one. Yeah, that's I don't really use the front facing camera that much anyway for it to matter. I just cared about the main camera. So I was like, main camera is the same. That's okay. I've heard Pixels take great pictures, so I think it was a good deal, but curved screens are not my thing. I think I dropped a phone with a curved screen before and it shattered, so I didn't want to do it. I think it was the S6 something, the Note S
Seven?
something.
S7. Oh, the Note, probably the Notes.
I
Yeah, the
think it was
Notes.
called an Edge. It had Edge in the name.
Yes, that one that had the yeah. I know what you're talking
And it
about.
had like apps you could like open
Uh
on the screen. Yeah, bro, like that thing is begging to break. Like as soon as I got it, like it was not good. My mom got the OnePlus 8.
oh.
It was a really good deal on it. It was like $250 for it. It's a good phone, but it's a curved screen, so and you can't find screen protectors for it that work well because they don't stick. So the trade-off, But Pixel 6 is a good phone if you're in the dark, I guess. But the camera, dude, low light performance is amazing.
No, I believe it.
Amazing, yeah. It's really good because it's like a 48 megapixel sensor and it's bin to 12 megapixels, so it combines like some pixels together to make a actual pixel. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah.
Man, my phone story about the Pixel 6. Well, let me backtrack real quick. So I had the iPhone 6S. I got that like in 2017. I had what did I have? That was the beginning of. Oh, should I go? I'll just go way back. We'll start off. We'll start off with the Motorola Pure Edition. Remember that?
Is that the one where you did all the programming on it, like the XDA stuff on there?
Oh, that's my Moto X4. Dang,
Oh.
dang, you right. Okay, no, Moto X Pure Edition. I loved it because it was like a Nexus 6, but it was an actual with all the Moto features and stuff. Right? I bought that 2016. Then it shattered a good 3 months later. It was an Amazon Prime Day deal. Bought it for only $200. Shattered 3 months later. Then I got the S7. It was cool. It was all right. You know what I'm saying? Had a curved screen too, but for some reason the phone was just slow. So then I was like, I think I might have to give this one a break. So then, beginning of 2017, March. I remember specifically. It was March 2017. I bought my first iPhone 6S. Beautiful phone. Never slowed down once. Never had an app close me out. That phone was God given. I had it for 2 years. I used it solely. Like I had my S7, but I was beginning of my 2 phone journey. But I was like, no, this iPhone is where it's at. And I miss Google, but it was just a great experience. Then, what happened after that? What was it? It was hunting for it. It was until 2019. It was 2019, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and give the Pixel a try. You know what I'm saying? So I ordered it. It was on Google Fi when you could like order phones from them and like return it like for 14 days later. So I bought the Pixel 1 on one of my accounts and then the Pixel 2 on another one of my accounts. And I tried both of them just to see how it was. Ended up liking the Pixel 2 better. So I returned them both. And then I bought the Pixel 2 from Best Buy refurbished. Worst idea ever. Best Buy refurbished phones are trash because they only have a 90-day return policy. And yeah, it was so slow. It was so slow. It was trash.
How did that happen though? How do you think it becomes slow? Like what do they do?
I don't know. I just don't know, man. I just think these Android phones are just crappy. I'm just being honest with you, man. I think this was what it is. I don't know. but that's all I have.
It's so weird. Yeah.
Um,
It's like they used all the storage up and like reset it a couple times and like used up the NAND. I don't know what they did. Wow.
so I had
Interesting.
that, but I had the Pixel 2 XL, but it was big, and I don't like a big phone. Like the 6S was small, and like I could put in my pocket. So,
Yep.
but I still use the Pixel XL. It was cool. It was cool. And then after that, it was December, and the Pixel 3 was on sale, and it was a smaller phone, had a fingerprint sensor. People were raving about the camera. It honestly, I bought it. It was a complicated deal with Verizon for $500. First time I paid that much for a phone outright,
Wow.
and I bought it and I fell in love with it. The Pixel 3 honestly is my favorite Pixel phone. Small size, great fingerprint sensor, great camera. It never slowed down on me. Like, I mean, it didn't. Some apps did close, but like it wasn't the big deal that it really was to me at the time. It was a perfect phone, and a dumb Kevin left it out, and I got it stolen.
Oh
Ugh,
no.
got me crying. That was February 2020. Got me crying. A day after it was the day before, a day after my birthday. I was so sad, so sad.
Dang.
Then I started using my mom's the Moto X4 where I did the whole
Oh,
XDA
I
stuff
remember that.
for it. Yeah.
I saw it. You were in Jenny's. We were in Jenny's lab, and you showed me your phone. I was like, "Whoa, where did this come from?"
It's still right here sitting on my desk collecting dust.
Good backup phone, right?
uh no, it's not. No, it's trash. I just still have it out.
Because all those gestures, you could go just to open the camera. Yeah.
That's what I did like. Like, honestly, if Motorola came up with a nice, like actual fast phone that was like high quality, like what I'm saying, like they had the Moto Z's, they had the G's, but no, if they actually had something that was like a good like
Flagship. Yeah.
yes, I'll probably go back honestly because I did like the gesture, I did like the features about it and the stock Android experience. But
Definitely.
the Moto X4 was not cutting it. That bitch was just terrible. So then in April of 2020, I rebought an iPhone just to see if it was okay. Again, about the SE, the new SE.
Okay. SE2.
Yes, so it's been almost 2 years now, and it's cool. It's been a nice phone. I've been using it. It's pretty much my daily driver at this point, but it's not as good as the 6S was. It constantly freaking crashes on me.
But the CPU's like from the like way later generation, I thought.
Yeah, I know it is. It
Wow.
is. I don't know what. Battery life is great though. I mean, you can charge that bitch up so quick too. It's amazing.
Oh, really? iPhone does that? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
that bitch
Wow.
charges like 0 to 50 in like a good 20 minutes.
Dang. Okay. Never mind. That's fast. This
Okay,
thing is so
maybe
slow,
like
dude. Like
30. Maybe like 30. Okay, yeah, I'm like, but it's quick, bro. It's quick.
that's amazing.
I
Nice. Yeah.
love it, and it doesn't die too. Like if I put it on battery saver, it's not gonna die for like the rest of the day. But if I don't, then it will die. So and it's time for me to
Good
replace the
stuff.
battery too. I think it's on like 80 something percent. So yeah.
It's
Um,
pretty good.
but and then what was it? So I was using that iPhone for probably a year, and then I wanted to go and get a Android phone because I wanted to see if they improved over the past year. You know,
Yep.
and I bought the Pixel 4a 5G. Um,
Okay.
I asked myself, why did I buy an Android phone and not use it for the whole year? So I did it. Bro. I bought a Pixel 4a 5G April of last year. Barely used it. That thing still. I bought a 128, knowing from my mistakes of the 64 Pixel 3. I bought a 128 gig. Barely use it, and I was like, "This is stupid. This is why. Why did I do this to myself?" Um,
Yep.
and when it was coming on time for me to buy my mama phone, I was like, should I give her this 4A 5G or should I give her my 6? Or buy her a 6, or should we switch or whatever.
Right.
And doing the research, it was still like early on when it just came out. I decided to give her the latest phone so she wouldn't complain that it was slow, that it didn't work, or that it was gonna be gone.
You can't, even if it is slow, you can't say anything, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is a new top of the line phone. Don't come for me, okay? Don't come for me. And bought it for her, and it was good. It's been okay so far. I've started using my 4A 5G literally as my daily driver. It was my New Year's resolution to use it more than my iPhone, so I take it with me everywhere. And I do miss
Nice.
some iPhone features now, like Find My Friends, because I actually have all my friends pretty much on Find My Friends now.
Yeah.
Um, and I can't track my AirTags, you know, which is
Yeah.
sucks. And AirTags are a whole nother story. Them issues are so great, but privacy is so bad. Um,
Yeah.
and then what else? What else? Yeah, those two things. I finally got my the iMessage on the iPhone, and the Mac came in handy for that.
You like iMessage server thing that you did, and
Yes.
like, and it works well.
Yeah.
Wow,
It works like 90% of the time. There was like a
that's
time
pretty.
where I couldn't send a message, and I was like, "Come on, come on!" But it works all the time.
Do you have to open a port? How does it get to your house?
Um, it's through the cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually don't know how it worked exactly, but I think it's through the cloud.
Is it
Yeah,
free?
yeah, It's called Air Message. Yeah, it
Pretty
used to
cool.
be where you had to open a port, but I think it connects with your Google account now. So yeah, some way,
I
somehow.
can see all your messages, maybe.
So, but and you can send everything. You can't play games and all. Send emojis and stuff like that. But you can
What about reactions?
reactions. You can't send. No, but you'll
I
see.
like
But you'll see them.
people. Yeah. Oh, okay, good.
Hmm.
Oh, you can. Will it actually like show it, or will it just say blah 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 liked
Oh no, it's
this?
not like Android. No, it will show it.
Okay, that's good.
Hmm.
I always get those messages. This person loved this. I'm like, okay, nice.
Yeah.
You know,
So I've been slowly and slowly inching away from Google Voice and giving people out my regular number so they can use iMessage. But yeah, two phones. I really don't see the need anymore. To be honest with you, I thought I saw a need for it back in the day. You know, one Android, one iPhone. But now it's like I just use one phone all the time. You know, and I've been inching away from the iPhone because I haven't really used the Android that much. But then also because it's stuck on 4G, and on T-Mobile doing like 4 to 7 o'clock, it's terrible coverage.
so
When it's on 5G, then it's good. So maybe
so
because
5G is less congested than 4G because
yes,
less people have it.
exactly.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah. I remember whenever we had like a Bronco Fusion concert, you cannot use the data, even though there's like good signal, right? It's not usable anymore. Even phone calls don't work. It's crazy. Like the capacity isn't there at all. Pretty surprising. What was I gonna say? I mean, this phone's been great. The only thing I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Maybe it'll come back, but it's a good phone. I still think iPhones have their place. They're still really good phones. They work very well. Like it's the phone that I'd take with me if I needed something to work. Like if I needed to be there by the time, like, the battery should still be good and usable by the time I get back from whatever, an iPhone is what I'd take with me. I can't trust the Pixel. Like I still need to be around the charger, and this thing takes forever to charge.
Yeah, I don't know
Like if
what
I
it
plug it in
is.
right now,
I don't know why
it
it's
says
that,
like
bro.
3 hours to charge it.
You using the fast charger? No, not fast charger. A higher
They
watt
don't
charger?
include it.
Oh, they didn't include it
Uh,
in the box. No, no, no. You don't have to use a 30-watt one as long as it's more than 23 watts.
well, I use my laptop charger actually,
Huh?
so that thing should be like
Yeah.
65 at least.
I have two cables on my desk. I have two cables on my desk. I have 100 watt. Wait, no, hold up. Is it 100? Yeah, one of them is 100-watt Insignia one, and another one is a 90-watt Insignia one. Both of them will charge the phone in an hour and 30 minutes. But there's no fast charge capability. It's like trickle, bro. I'm like, why does it take forever to charge this 485G? And for my mom too, I'm just like, she has the phone sitting on the charger, which is bad, but I mean, at least it's charged when she needs it. Um,
So the Pixel actually it does some cool things. Like if you set an alarm, say you're going to sleep, and you set an alarm for 8 a.m. It will do a slow charge and only get you up to 100% at 8 a.m.
oh, okay.
So it's kind of smart. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. So the phone calls, those robocalls that comes like, oh, auto insurance or whatever. Well, I would get so many of them when I had the 6T. But with this phone, I haven't gotten any of them because I get like, so somebody calls me. I don't even get notified. I get a little hidden notification at the top that says call screening in progress. And if it hears like their like message that comes on, it just ends the call right there. And
Wow.
they don't even get to leave me a voicemail, so it's great. And I gave somebody my number recently, and they called me, and it said call screening in progress. I didn't see it, but they were like, "Who is this?" Like, because they were like, "Why am I talking to a robot?" And they were really saying that. And then Google thought, "Oh, they must need to talk to Keshav," so it rung my phone then. So it's pretty cool, right? So
Maybe,
that's
is it
one
a,
thing
is it a,
I
is it
would
a,
miss if I switched from it.
is it a strictly six feature? Because I use call screening all the
No,
time
it's not.
now.
Yeah. It's not strictly. I think it's just all Google Pixel phones.
Oh, no. I mean, I use call screening too, but
Yeah.
what I still guess is it tells me suspected. Maybe
Um,
I think there is a setting where I could automatically, like for the calls, it can automatically screen them. But I don't want to do that because people will be hanging up all the time too. They're like, Kev, why are you just talk to the robot, like
yeah.
just
Listen to
talk.
what it has to say. Like it's helping me out. You help me too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But on Google Voice, when it said, "Does Google Voice, the Google Voice member is trying to reach you," or
Subscriber,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, say your name at the tone. People would just hang up. I'm like, guys, just talk to the robot, okay? Like I know nobody needs voicemails nowadays, so we always try to. You think it's a voicemail, we hang up, but no, leave a message. Just go through it,
Because once you do it, it'll tell you, and then you could pick it up, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I'll be screening it too though. On like people's numbers I don't have. I do have a few people that are not saved in contacts. I'm a big proponent of that. I barely say people's numbers in contacts. Especially if they're new. So then I just call screen. I'm like, oh, that was you. Better let me answer.
Exactly. No, that's perfect.
I think it takes too long though. Like
It does.
to
It
have
uses a lot of time, right? It's like the Google Voice subscriber has enabled call screening. After the tone, please, say your name, press pound, or I don't know, whatever. Um,
oh no, I didn't mean that one. I meant the regular call screening one through the Pixel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like, hi, I'm the Google Assistant, whatever. It has to introduce itself. Otherwise, people are like, what the hell is this? No, yeah, I agree. The other thing it does, though, is when I call people, and you know how you have those hold trees where you like, well, not call trees,
Yes,
I
it
guess.
said hold for me.
Hold for me is one of them. But the other one is like when you're calling somebody that has like press one for this and two for this, like it will transcribe all of it. And I just press like the button that says accounts and I'll just press it and then it'll send that to them.
Wow.
Yours does that too, I bet, right?
Yeah. Well, I haven't
So
seen it yet for saying one is this, two is that, three is that. But it said hope, but hope for me works. Yeah.
that's
I actually use live captions all the time too. Live captions
oh
is so great.
yes. It tells me battery performance will be affected when I turn it on. So I'm like, yeah.
Didn't see that for me.
Maybe it knows the CPU is like not efficient. So
It's like
let them
you got
know.
the tensor chip. Come on, you got to do all these things at the same time, man.
It's not good. It's not that fast. I would say the Pixel 6T, I opened some apps together. They were the same. Like I wouldn't know the difference. I just like stock Android, so this is good.
I feel sad for my mom because the fingerprint has not worked, and we tried. We tried. Like my fingerprint works. Well, it worked to it worked to what am I trying to say? It memorized my fingerprint
You
and
enrolled it,
a few I enrolled it and a few times it's worked to unlock it. But I cannot enroll my mom's fingerprint to save her life. It's
Should we try it right now? Let's see. Oh, now it's working great, isn't it? Okay, so now, oh, did it? Okay, never mind. It's
but it
not
takes a
doing it
while
now, but
though
I just
too.
yeah. Sometimes it takes forever, dude. Like the little white thing will just light up and it just keeps thinking. They should have really had face unlock on this thing, honestly.
With a mask, I saw
I mean,
some guy.
Apple could do it.
I saw some guy with the four the other day, and I felt so bad for him. I was like, "How you like me the four?" He's like, "Bro."
They're trying to get that the four had that radar in it
It
too.
did the Soli or something.
Soli thing, yeah. Did that thing? I heard it wasn't good though. Did it work well?
I don't know. Should have asked him. He probably would have used it though.
I was thinking I would wish this phone would have had it, but
I wish I
maybe
had
not.
both. Why couldn't they just put
Yeah.
both on it? You know?
Yep. What was their face unlock? Was it like the iPhone kind of thing with the IR and all that stuff before?
No, I
It
don't
was
think.
just a camera.
Mm, I actually don't remember. I think it was a like it was not as good as the iPhone one, but it was
Yeah,
like a better camera. Like I used the regular camera, but it had something else on top of it. I don't remember what it was though. I don't
but it
know.
was good. It worked well.
I don't know.
Probably better than the fingerprint for sure, though.
Well, not better than the OG fingerprints, bro.
Oh,
That's
dude, I missed those ones on the back of the phone.
that's the main reason. That is the main reason I kept it. I said to myself, I was like, I'm gonna have to go to the in-display fingerprint sensor. How will I ever unlock my phone? Like, because the SE, even on the iPhone SE, it still has a fingerprint one. That's the main reason why I got it too. You know, I don't want the face unlock. Like Apple now is starting to do face unlock with a mask on. They're now starting to do
Yes.
it.
There were like tricks before where you'd enroll half of it with it, and then you take put it on your mask, and then you would enroll the other, and it would still work because it
Oh,
was learning on all of it. But now it actually will work first party without messing with
boop,
it. Ooh,
boop, boop,
yeah,
boop,
I'm
boop,
jealous, man.
boop.
That's like instant too. You just like brush your finger across it, and it's like done, right? Oh wow.
I love it,
Yeah, man,
man.
I don't like it.
Sorry about that, man. You gotta face that. That's the main reason. They on the next one, like no, not on the next one. On the five, no, what are they on six? On the 6th day, it's gotta be on the side. It has to be side or the
I
back.
got the oh, you can't
Oh,
see
you
it.
got the black one? I mean, white one.
Seafoam green.
Oh,
I don't know if that even looks green, but it's
hmm.
like barely green, but it's nice. I got the so I didn't tell you this, but I got two Pixel 6s, right? One was black. The first one was black. But dude, the weirdest thing, I don't know what's up with Google's quality control, but on this edge right here, it would literally like cut your hand when you hold it. So if you hold it like this, and like this hand right here, it would cut it right there essentially.
Oh,
So you couldn't grip the phone
what the
without it like
heck?
gouging your hand. And I brought it to the T-Mobile store, and they were like, "Oh, well, Google probably would have made it like a flaw like that, right?" So um, I was like, "Okay, can I get another phone? I would like to return this." So I was like, "Okay, I'll get the black one because returning a black, I should get a black replacement." So I got a replacement, and guess what? Same problem. I was like, "This can't be me. Like, I can't be the only one to notice this." Uh, So I called him again. I was like, what do I do now? Like they're gonna think I'm like really dumb because I've returned this phone twice. I did return it, and then I was like, so here's a problem. And they kept trying to convince me that it's not a problem. I was like, it is because I'm holding it and it's bothering me. And I just got the phone. It's not like I'm trying to play any games with them, right? So I asked them, it's like, can I try the other green one, the seafoam one? And it was perfect. So I thought it was a problem with the black phones. And this one doesn't show fingerprints. The black one did. So
It was better anyway. Did you look
it
it
is.
up?
What did your mom get?
Um, I think I got her a black one.
Okay.
But she
She
has a
probably has a case.
case. It's a case
Yeah.
on it. There's a
Yeah.
case on it. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I'm mad that they don't have any more fabric. They don't make fabric cases for it anymore. But
They don't, but there's this caseology one that's really nice. You should look at it. It's like sandstone. It feels good. It's like $9 on Amazon, but it's a nice case. Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that on my next one. I was really debating like selling this for a 5G and getting the five. Not right now, but I was thinking about
The
it at the
5A's
time.
got a really good deal like going on, I
Oh,
think.
the 5A. No, no, not the 5A. The five.
Oh,
The five. Because it's a smaller phone, and all the phones they make now are big. So.
the 6 is huge, by the way. Man, and it feels like a brick. Like you should lift this if we ever meet in person. Oh my God, it's like actually heavy. Yeah,
Oh man.
pretty.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about these phones nowadays. I like when they're small and cute. and they can go in my back pocket and nobody will notice that it's there. Like, I don't know. I'm not afraid of getting.
Something like this. Yeah.
Yes, that's small. I don't care about the 720p screen. Okay, that's what I got my 4K laptop for. But you
I
know,
agree. Yeah.
uh,
Phones should be phones. We're not trying to make them phablets or whatever else they were trying to call them back then.
mm-mm.
You know, it's just a phone.
How do you feel about Speaking about phablets, how do you feel about the note line going away and just now the
The what?
flip and
Oh
the
yeah, they're combining it with the S series, right?
yeah.
Honestly, Samsung is very. They do a lot of things before other people do it,
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm worried about is that if people are like, "Oh, this phablet's awesome," maybe that'll catch on. I hope it doesn't because I hate them. But like, hey, I just think they just want to try it out. Phones are already getting pretty big anyway, so the Note series and the S series are probably pretty close in actuality, right? It's probably not big of a difference. I think it makes sense, but I wouldn't have liked it to have merged. I think there's still a market for smaller phones for people, especially. I mean, with the folds and all that, like everyone was saying, I don't want a thick phone, but now they're okay with making a phone that's like this thick. Um, So like it doesn't make sense to me. I still want a phone with a big battery, like a really big battery. You know what I think they should do? This has been my idea for a long time. Well, they say charging your battery up to 100% degrades it, right? What if you give me a phone, like how SSDs do it? You get a 500 gig SSD. It's actually 600 gigs, but they've under provision or over provisioned it essentially. Um, they should do that with batteries. Give me a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, but make it 4,800 milliamp hours of usable capacity. And that buffer should prevent me from getting into the 100% zone. I should only be able to charge up to 80, even though I think it's 100%. You know, um, I think that would be a good thing to do.
I mean, that would help with battery health, but what
But
other?
why they're not in the business to do that? Because what are they going to gain by giving me a bigger battery? Is that I get last longer between I get a new phone? Like it's not economics wise, it doesn't work.
Did you hear about that phone that you can take apart? What is that one?
Yeah, the is it the Pine phone? Or are
Mm,
you talking about that modular
the
phone that
modular
like
one, yeah.
there was like a Google made a project of that a while
They
ago.
did, but this one is from some UK company.
Is it
MKBHD had it on
Fairphone?
his pair.
Fairphone or no?
Fairphone, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say
Yeah,
that earlier? I thought you said like fair tree or I don't know. Yeah,
from
Fairphone.
like iCarly Pearphone the Pear.
Fairphone.
Yeah.
I just said Fairphone. We meant Fairphone. Yes, that one. That one seems chill.
It does, but the specs are
Yeah.
like no one's gonna buy it. Like if you're already putting yourself in a mid-range market, right? And you're trying something new, no one's gonna buy it. You have to be a flagship to try something that bold, right? Otherwise, no one's gonna take it seriously. Why am I gonna get the people like you and I who actually care about our phone's performance isn't gonna buy or aren't gonna buy a mid-range, right? Um, we would like a flagship. We wouldn't want to settle for less. That was what OnePlus's motto was never settle. And it took off because you got great specs, but you didn't have to pay that much for it. So
Well, I can't tell you the last time I bought a flagship, bro. I mean, I just told you I just bought the 4A 5G. I bought the iPhone SE. It's been
right,
since 2020. Yeah, since 2020, since I bought the Pixel 3. That was the flagship at the time.
that's
Since I
true.
bought one. So, I
The
mean,
SE though, I mean, it's got a flagship processor though,
yeah.
right? With the Fairphone, you're running like a Snapdragon 600 whatever, which was a mid-range even from when it
Yeah.
was created, right?
Mm,
It was never meant to be good. Um, so
yeah, that's what's kind of
it's a
tough.
definitely. If it had an 80 like whatever
Something.
from back a
I
couple years,
probably
that's
would buy
okay.
it too. Honestly, with you, I probably would buy it just because I can switch up my battery, bro. Like that's the main reason.
Yes.
Be like, oh, yeah. Oh, let me just put in my new battery in my phone now. Like you always got an extra one on you. That would be gold. That would be gold.
I agree. And the ports, like if your port gets busted or something, pull it out, plug it back in. There you go. Get another one. Yeah, I wish more companies did that, but they're gonna lose money if they do that, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so they won't do it until somebody disrupts the market, and they're like, the only way we can catch up is if we do this too. That's what Apple did to Intel, right?
Mm-hmm.
The M1 came out. They're like, crap, we don't have anything that can compete with it. So what do? They did Alder Lake, right? They said, now we'll have E cores and P cores instead of Apple was the only one who did that.
Wait, what? I'm not even
Yeah.
familiar with what Intel's doing, bro.
Okay.
Honestly,
So
on processors, bro, I haven't been well besides the phones, but like I really haven't been keeping up with like the latest like laptop like computer news on Windows in a minute.
so Intel has done hybrid architecture now. So
Which
they have a performance cores, P cores, and they have efficiency cores, E cores.
so they're all
So
different.
same as Apple, pretty much. They're still x86, so there's no ARM yet. But they have they call them like Gracemont or something cores. They've named the cores, and so these old cores are supposed to be as powerful. Like the E cores are supposed to be as powerful as like a 7700, which is good, right? Not bad.
The 7700's like how many years at this point?
Well, it's the age of your computer, right?
Not
Like your
this
old
one, the
laptop,
old
your
laptop.
XPS
Yeah, I
laptop.
know. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And that was okay. Yeah.
it wasn't bad, right? The only problem we had with those cores was that what was it? Back at the time, there's only 4 core, 8 thread, right?
Yeah.
At that time, and the U series was 2 core, 4 thread. So it was before Coffee Lake, but the cores were good. So they're saying that these small cores can do that much work with barely any power, which is amazing.
That's good.
And those P cores are in another level of their own. So if they work together, they get very good scores. So
Which
I,
innovation?
I think competition is good for
Oh,
sure.
most definitely. Yeah, because Intel has some way to go, man. Especially competing against AMD. It's getting hit on left and right. Left by AMD, right by Apple, like up by ARM, like just all over, man.
Yeah. Well, Intel's building a new chip fab here, so maybe they'll play catch up soon.
Oh wow. Okay. Shoot, let me go work for it. No, I'm playing.
Honestly, though, AMD, if you're building a new, I want to build a new system. AMD is the way to go right now.
Yeah. True.
Like I don't want to deal with the hybrid architecture because a lot of the OSs they don't know how to schedule the cores properly.
Especially Windows, it's so freaking, you know.
And they say it only works well with Windows 11. I'm like, so you're gonna limit me to only using Windows 11 to get good performance out of it?
How is Windows 11 too? Wait, hold up. Wait, real quick. Wait, is that 12th gen? You said Alder Lake?
Alder Lake is 12th.
12th gen? Okay, sure. I haven't even known what since the 10th one. Since they changed their logo, I was like, damn, I
So
don't know.
10th was Ice Lake.
Yes.
For laptops, and for desktops it was called Comet Lake.
Mm.
And then 11th was Rocket Lake, I think. Rocket Lake for desktops and Tiger Lake for laptops, I think. And 12th is this Alder Lake for both.
Okay, for sure. I gotta look into that then. I haven't been looking in because I'm satisfied with my laptop that I got right here. It's I think it's an 8th or 9th gen. One of those.
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah, 8th or 9th gen.
That's when they give you double the cores.
Yes. I was so mad, bro, when I literally bought the Dell and I was like,
That's what we both did it, yeah. I got the Inspiron, you got the XPS, and we had the 7th gen.
Yeah.
And literally, I went back to Best Buy like a few months later, and now they got these 8th gen chips with double the cores. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's so nuts. Like, my Vivato times would have been way better, man, with this new computer.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like the Razer. Like it's cool, it's straight. But then I did buy it right when they came out with the new ones. But it wasn't even that much of a difference in terms of like specs, you know. Like yeah, you get like a better graphics card. 2060 is already good, you know. What else you got? The processor, 8th, 9th gen, still good. Like there's nothing wrong with it. So as long as it's got those those higher level core count, it's fine. But how is Windows 11, man? How is that going for you? I haven't updated any one of my systems. I will probably update my Surface right before I get the new Surface. So to
You'll
see.
see how it goes, and then you'll be like, ah, it's okay. Anyways, I'm getting another Surface. Smart. It's good when it works. I feel like there's so many animations going on. Like when I open the start menu, everything, all the icons like fly up. When I open an application, like it bounces a little bit. Interesting things like that, like new things. It literally just feels like a skin though on Windows 10. Like it didn't even take that long to install, first of all, which I thought it would because it's like a whole new OS. For a while, when you'd installed Windows 11, if you said, WinInfo or whatever, it would still be like the Windows 10 logo. And so things have slowly started changing. Like one app now gets the new design, but everything still looks kind of like Windows 10 otherwise. So it's very slow.
Oh.
I haven't run Android apps on my PC yet. Um, I don't think it can handle it, honestly. Um, but it uses a lot of RAM, and that could just be me because I use my computer pretty roughly, we'll say.
That's not good.
Um, yeah. So, but I feel like there's too much. There's a lot of polish, I guess. Like I would say Windows 7 would be the equivalent of Windows 10, and Windows 8 is like kind of like Windows 11.
Damn, not again. Windows Vista, Windows 8, Windows 11. I mean, I understand why they updated it because, I mean, they were losing money from not even making a whole new big
They
change.
said that they weren't going to release another
They did
OS.
say
It was
that.
going to be Windows 10 forever. But
They should have stuck with it, but made it like they should have stuck with it and said like, yeah, it's the last OS we're making, but we're gonna call this update Windows, Microsoft
should be
Windows.
like feature pack. This is the
Yeah,
extra feature pack you could have.
2020, 2021, 2022. Like, I don't know. Because it really, I was kind of like mad about it, them going back on a promise, because I believed them for the past 6 years that they said it and they were doing it. But then they were like, we're not making enough money from our OS sales anymore. And we got to make money on the side from giving the license out to the manufacturers. And we got to up the price of the Windows installations for personal people that want to build their PCs. So we got to get money from all of the Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I agree. Their practices are getting a little suspicious now. Like I feel like they want to make more money. Obviously everyone does, but they have so many avenues to do it. They have Azure.
Azure.
There's so many things going on. Why do you
Xbox.
want to increase the price for system builders to get a Windows license? Because these are the people that are gonna, if it's too hard or if it's too much more, you could pirate Windows pretty easily. Um, why would you want to make it hard for the enthusiasts that want your OS on their system, right? I don't know.
I don't know. You
It's
might see these
interesting.
manufacturers build more Chromebooks than Windows computers. I don't know. I don't know.
That is true. Chromebooks are taking like over, man. Like my brother has a Chromebook now from his school. They force him to use it. Like you can't use another computer,
Oh wow.
but everything just works so well for him at least. So I can't imagine him with it. Like imagine when he had a Mac or a PC, I'd have to say, don't go to the site. Like he'd want to try to watch a game online. Um, you know how all those pop-ups come along. Um, and I'd have to be like, don't click that. But with the Chromebook, I don't have to worry about anything. It's like, what could you do? There's nothing. It's pretty much locked down. Uh,
What are you gonna
so
install? This exe?
yeah, and you download exe. It's like I don't know what to do with the file. Open in what text editor you want to,
But if you look
but
at it a
yeah,
little bit too much, any Android things, can be any flaws in that
can't,
roll over to Chromebooks as well. So
it can't. Yeah, but the school locks it down so much that
you can't
like
even.
nothing can do anything other than browse the web. That's all it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's about to come on in 2 years of the Surface, so that's why I said the replacement type thing.
Yeah.
But
Don't you have a Surface Go?
no, hell no.
I thought you had an i3 Surface. Is that not the Go?
That was the no. I had one before. My old one
Oh,
was
was
the
that the M3?
M3. The M3.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
that sounds familiar.
Oh, I didn't tell you. Yeah, so I had the M3 and then replaced that and got the i5 256. I didn't
So,
talk about that.
No.
Oh dang! Yeah, I've been using this. Yeah, that empty was terrible. You remember? You remember what it was?
Oh yeah. You're telling me it works well for like tea spice and stuff like that. Like that's funny. That's pretty funny.
I literally just use this for taking notes now, and it could do a little bit of stuff. Like I think I have Eclipse on it. Do I have Eclipse? I have something on it. I use it for something.
VS Code maybe
Maybe, maybe.
or Visual Studio. Yeah.
But yeah, the i5-256, it's been pretty okay. You know what I'm saying? It does heat up quite a bit, and it takes forever to charge when it heats up. Makes sense. So literally, I think it happened on two occasions. One of them, I was just doing a regular, like I think I was just drawing or something, like drawing out something for a class, and
Yeah.
then it couldn't charge. It couldn't charge while heated, and it would slow down. And I'm like, I'm just gonna put you in the freezer. So I put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
Put it there for like a good 3 minutes. Took it out, turn it back on. It's good. Let's go. And went again. The
I thought it was
battery.
gonna end over there. I thought you were gonna say it didn't work again. I was like, oh my gosh.
Why wouldn't
Oh
it? It
no.
would turn off. It's just
So it's overheating or something?
yeah. It was terrible for the battery because going that rapid drop in temperature. It's just. But I said screw it. It's fine. And then I was doing a final last semester, and the computer wouldn't charge either. And it's tough. Like I would take it off the charger, of course, but it was on like 14%. I'm not gonna be able to use you. So I plugged it in, try to go, and like it was really heating up. And I'll still use it when it's heating up because it's not slow yet. But then when I'm starting to like miss lines, then I'm like,
Oh no.
oh,
CPU's like running at 300 megahertz or something. Yeah.
it's time for the fridge. Threw it in the freezer for a good like 5 minutes. Took it out. All right, we're good. Let's go back. So
That's funny.
yeah, and it does slow down when I have so many apps open. But I mean, it's only 8 gigs. What can I expect? So the next
You guys
one.
a lot more from an M1 though with 8 gigs.
Wait, what?
I said you could expect a lot more for an M1 with 8 gigs of memory.
Maybe. I don't know.
My dad has a MacBook Air with 8 gigs and yeah, he doesn't close anything and it's still working really well. It swaps very well. Swap memory works pretty well.
Dang.
But yeah, 8 gigs is not good. You can't, not in this time, especially for us though. Like we keep a lot of things open that probably don't need to be open, but I just want it there.
Somebody hit me up on my Instagram, was like, Kev, you need to close your tabs. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I will not do so.
Yeah. I had this app before called OneTab that would like consolidate mine and it would like put them in this list because I'd always be like, I want this tab for later, but I don't want to close it. And so it would keep an index of all the tabs and so I can come back to it later. But I ended up not using it. I didn't want it. I just said, just give me the tab when it's there.
Put it back to memory once I want to use it.
Exactly. But then Edge did that whole suspend tabs thing, and that worked.
Yeah, Edge is pretty good with that one. Like that helps me get by on the
Surface.
Yes. Basically. But it's good for now. Can't wait to get the 8 though. That one seems so great. I'm so excited.
Good.
I'm so excited. It's like a 7 and an X together. Just
I remember that Surface RT. No, what the heck was that? Pro X that we saw at Best Buy. Remember? That thing was so bad, man.
Yeah.
So bad. I would have bought it if I hadn't seen it at Best Buy. It looked so nice.
It is. Well, the 8 is even better since it actually has a good chip.
Yeah.
I'm just mad that I have to buy a whole new keyboard and stylus because I've been using this past one for like the past 4 years. So.
Stylus? Why is stylus changed? The new digitizer stuff or something in there?
I think so. Okay. Yeah. I think so. And then also it's like it's the slim pen, so that fits in the keyboard to charge. So,
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, that's why. So it's gonna be weird using something different than it being circular, but
yeah, it's like a smashed pencil or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Let me know how that goes. I'm excited.
mm,
Tell me how that chip is.
yeah, well, I mean, it'll be like a few months. Gotta wait till school's over, but then we'll
Yeah.
go ahead and we'll get that. Probably gonna go up to 16 gigs. Each time I get a new
Yeah.
Surface, just go like a little bit higher.
It's future perfect. Yeah. That's good.
Like last time I got it was the M3 128. Terrible. i5 256. We good. i5 16 gig 256.
Honestly, the i5 is the best like value. You know,
Mhm.
you get most of the performance, a little bit leaving off the table, but like it's pretty good.
Mhm.
I wish most companies would give you i5 and 16 gigs. They don't like to do that.
They
They only
do.
like going i7 16,
They do.
which is annoying because I was like, I only need the i5. Just give me the 16 gigs. Lenovo does it, but HP doesn't do it.
That's why, like, I'm mad that they did. I mean, I'm not mad. I mean, I'm okay with them making it custom, like the M1. It's like you have to go to the tiers that they made. They're like, oh yeah, you can only get the 16 with like the more
Yeah,
storage. But no, I just want the
yeah.
256. I mean, now I might be thinking about I should have went to the 512. But it's okay. It's okay.
You get that one extra GPU core or something that comes. I
I
don't
mean, the
even know what
GPU is
those
still
do.
trash though. I mean,
Why is that?
well, no. I mean, not from personal experience, but I'm just saying, like, didn't they say that it wasn't top tier, the GPU? Not, well, now they are on the new MacBook Pros,
Yes, yes,
but,
yeah.
yeah, but it's not like
I honestly
complaining.
wouldn't even notice it. It's just
Yeah.
all it does is if I can minimize an app and then like smooth, I can scroll smoothly, I wouldn't know. Um, but this computer, the weirdest thing is if I run out of memory, the graphics like start going really bad because it shares the same graphics together. Like
Oh.
I can't minimize things and like it's like chops with my RAM. So
But on your, what, on your Air or on
yeah,
the
no, the
Plus?
Surface, not the Surface, the HP Spectre. Yeah,
Oh, you're
Spectre.
still using that one?
Yeah, that's what I'm using, 10th gen.
Wow!
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, with the freaking the one the screen and the one with the security.
Do you remember
Yes,
the one I had
yes.
before? It was so weird. You saw it. Did I ever show you the UC on there, or
Yes, you did. You
Oh, I
did.
showed it to you.
Oh, you
Okay,
gotta
good.
send it back. What? No.
Yeah,
The
it was
screen.
actually working pretty, and they did something where it wouldn't work. Like, how did it? I don't know, man. They had something on there that bricked it. Like, how could it brick it like that? You know,
Computers.
pretty sus.
That's so.
No one believed me. I told them this is a UC chip, man. You couldn't find anything about it online.
No.
Like, no, nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
So pretty cool. It was a good laptop. Those speakers were amazing too.
It,
This one was a grade, I will say, but it's smaller, so it's okay.
was the display the same? Was it the same?
Oh, dude, it doesn't do that thing with the like refresh rate switching.
Uh,
Yeah, that one would like switch its refresh rate when I was doing things, but this doesn't do it.
honestly, I think everything needs that refresh rate switching. You got the 90. Is it the 90 hertz or 75 on the Pixel 6?
No. Oh, 90.
90. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then they got the refresh rate on the iPhone, I think, too, or on the Samsung.
It's 120, I
Whatever
think,
it
right?
is. Yeah, and then like based on what task you're doing, it
Scales.
will switch the
Yeah.
refresh rate. Yeah.
The Pixel 6 goes to 120, but it can scale to I think 10 or like all the way down to 5 or 10 for the ambient display. But it still gets worse battery life than the 6.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's a trade-off. I was like, bro, you saying worse battery life, curved screen, like no, I don't, and millimeter wave, which I don't need. I don't need it.
well.
You know, just
Hey, hey, not for T-Mobile, but if you're on any of the other people, probably millimeter wave would help.
that is true. I had to turn off 5G on this phone because we have such spotty coverage where if I turn on 5G, it burns through the battery. Like a couple hours, it's done. So I set it to LTE only.
Oh, on your 6?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I should do on my 5G. I
Oh,
literally, I thought battery life would be okay because it's a mid-range processor,
yeah.
and it's I thought it would be better, in terms of battery life, but it's not. It's not the best, you know. Maybe because I do have 5G on all the time. I mean, is it on 5G right now?
I'm on.
I'm on Wi-Fi. So, but
Oh,
let me see. And yeah, maybe I should turn it off. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
no problem.
Um, what am I on? What am I on? What am I on? I don't know what I'm on right now. I can't see. I gotta turn off Wi-Fi to see. Yeah, I'm on 5G. That's great. Um, yeah. It's crazy. Um, yeah, that would probably help me a lot in battery life. Yeah, turn on
Definitely.
5G until it becomes from the hours of 4 to 8 p.m., 7 p.m.
Set up like Tasker or something to do
to
that.
do that, and then okay, we're good. That's one of the main reasons why I switched again. It's like I said, 5G coverage is good, so I can't wait till when they make the new iPhone this year, SE with 5G. It's it's
Oh, yeah.
gonna it's gonna be unstoppable, bro. Newest chip, put an extra camera in there instead of keeping just the one camera, bro. It's great.
It'd be a good phone. I feel like a lot of well, there's a limited amount of people that would buy it realistically, right?
Yeah,
The only thing.
yeah.
But they should do it. I hope they do it. Put the M1 in there. M1.
What's the
Should call it M1 Mini or M1. I don't know. M1 something. They used to say it would be the M1X for the desktops, but I mean the laptops, but they changed it to Pro and Max or something,
Yeah.
which makes sense because they have like Pro Max, iPhone Pro Max, so it's smart actually.
Do you know how the 13s compare to the latest Androids out here? Or
So I've heard. I mean, okay, first off, they're like performance-wise, it beats anything, right? Apple always, but I know it's built very well. I saw drop tests of phones versus Androids, and it's done really well. I am not a fan just because I don't see a lot of changes from the last gen to this gen. I know Apple likes to stick with what's good, and they know the last gen worked, so they stuck with it. But they didn't really try anything new. I don't know of anything brand new that they've never done before. Do you know anything that has come on there that's not on the iPhone 12? Other than
um,
I think it's promotion on there, is that the one of the differences?
like the what? Sorry, say it again.
The promotion, the 90 or 120 hertz display.
Mm, I should look it up a little bit. I see the differences. No, I don't think so. People are calling it like an S edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just the same. It's just a rebrand with a new chip,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and the performance gains after from the last gen to this gen, there was like nothing. I think it was like a 15% performance increase.
Mm.
So honestly, if you have an iPhone 12, stay with it.
Yeah. They re-
Plus, don't upgrade every phone generation. Like wait a couple.
no.
Yeah.
I stopped. Now I get the mid tier ones and wait a little bit. I got
You save money. Yeah, there you go.
no reason to
That's,
get the fastest ones. Maybe I still should have got the One Plus instead of the Pixel for a 5G, like you were saying. But
my OnePlus worked pretty well when I had it.
yeah,
I mean, you saw it too. It was pretty good.
it's just now the One Plus prices are pretty much flagship prices.
They merged with their parent company,
Oh yeah,
Oppo,
Oppo.
and now they have instead of Oxygen, it's called Color OS.
Oh yeah, the Color OS with all the additions and it's not stock.
It doesn't look good. I wouldn't get it. I unless they switch back to Oxygen,
Then
don't get a OnePlus phone
they're
anymore.
not. They're not. That's
Unless you install a custom ROM, but that's like a whole.
mhm.
You would do it, but like don't
I
buy the phone just because of the custom ROM.
I wish I could root my phone, but you can't root phones anymore unless you use
Magisk,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Magisk Hide, I think would do it.
Yep.
Yeah, because the Google Pay breaks and all that other stuff doesn't work.
Mm.
Snapchat doesn't like it either.
It doesn't. What the heck?
Oh, if you screenshot, it says like your phone's a rooted phone or something like that, I think.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Banking apps don't let you sign in. It's pretty
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but
Unless you use the hide right to see.
yes. Yeah. And the developer who made Hide is supposed to stop making versions anymore. So
Makes sense.
I think he's working for Google now, which makes sense for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could pop open that. Turn on the 4X. I mean, not 4X. We could Moto X4 and see how it's going on that.
Oh yeah, it's probably like what Android. What is it? Lollipop maybe? I
It's
don't know what it's
10.
on.
No, it's 10.
Oh, that's new. New.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, they stopped putting the ice creams after. I'm getting confused now. Like, what are we on?
Yeah, you're
12
right.
now? 12, right?
Yeah, I don't even know what 12 is. I don't think it's anything.
Material design? No, material U. Material
It looks
U.
so gross, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
that's
good.
another reason why I was like, can I just get 11? Like, and I have 11 on here too. So it's like, what? See, like it's so funny. Like I don't be you be upgraded to the latest. I'm like, no, I'm stuck on my Windows 10. I stick on my Android 10. I still got iOS with 14 or whatever. Like I'm not updating to the latest versions, bro.
You're not gonna let Apple slow your phone down. Yep.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's true. That's true too. But I'm just like, no, like I'm cool with. Plus, you're gonna break everything that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like my apps on my Mac. You know the game. I mean the ones that I. Some of them gonna break. You know, and on Windows,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna upgrade to 11. There's a lot of my apps that don't support. Not most of my apps support, but you know the obscure ones. I don't know how they're
Yeah.
gonna act. You know what I'm saying? Like I still
Yeah.
got pinball for Windows XP on here, and you know I don't know how that's gonna how it's gonna
Oh,
take.
that one works.
Oh,
I
you
still
try
have.
to? Okay, go.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
I installed it. Somebody's like GitHub had it, and I like installed it, and it works well. So I was like, heck yeah! It was Space Cadet Pinball. That was amazing. That
Yep,
game.
that's a
I used to play that all the time. It was a good game.
most definitely a throwback, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I mean, CES. I didn't go to CES. I didn't this year. I was like, I'm gonna skip it. It's too much money.
Yeah.
Um, and then I was like, I don't even know what's going on nowadays with the computer stuff. Like, like, yeah, I'm not even worried about the phones either. To be honest with you, I don't even know what technology news am I keeping up with. The phones a little bit because it's Google. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Windows a little bit with that too. When I came out with the 8, like I'm really happy. I was so proud. Um, what else? The Mac, but you know I'm not gonna buy it. Anything.
No.
I
It's always amazing to me how they innovate. Like what we think when Windows 7 came out, it looked so modern, right? We're like, holy crap, it's like arrow theme or whatever they have. And then 10, and we're like, how do they even think of those design elements? Like, like what's gonna come next? Because this Windows 11 looks so modern. What can they do? And then they do it, and I'm like I didn't think of that, but that's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Um, it's just pretty cool how they keep innovating in ways that I would have never thought.
these designers,
But
man, that's why they get paid the big bucks.
I'm not creative, but maybe that's why we see it differently. But I'm like, I don't know how they do it. So it's definitely an amazing skill that they can keep innovating something that looks perfect to me already.
Oh wait, two things I just remembered. The
Yeah,
astrophotography, like you said,
yeah,
the night, beautiful, bro. I went to the beach the other
yes,
like a few weeks ago, completely dark out there. I took a picture with
yeah.
the moonlight, could see the whole water. I was like, I had to hold my phone still for like 5,000 hours, but it came out good.
You have to put it on something, but yeah, yeah. So that's funny. Yeah,
Well, not astrophotography. Well, no, that too. I was in the desert, and I wish I had my phone with me. When the star, I wish I had my Android phone with me, and the stars were out. I was like, I would definitely got a picture of that. But then the other day, I did go. I went out to an area where it was like clear. I mean, it was still like it was somewhat clear. I took a picture. I saw the stars. I was like, oh my gosh! Wow, my iPhone can't do that because it only got
if
one
you take a
camera.
picture for more than like 30 seconds, you'll actually see the stars moving. Like we'll make a video with it as well.
Well, it's gonna have to sit on some tripod, cause
Yep. Yeah. Otherwise, it's all shaky. Yeah,
it's like I tried.
that's fine. No, it takes amazing pictures. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only Google does those kind of things. That's why I like their innovation. They make use of whatever hardware they've already put out. They're like, let's make it do this now, which is you don't get phones that they add features to it after you get it.
With the pixel drops too.
Feature drop.
Yeah, I
Yep. Yep.
appreciate it. Like you don't have to, but you do that, and that's what I like.
Yep.
So
That shows to me that they care about sustainability and not just trying to sell you the new phone, which they do a pretty good job of already. But like giving me features to a phone that's already 2 years old makes me want to keep the phone more because I get treated like I'm still the newest phone on the block, which is nice. It's definitely a good thing. This is the first phone I've actually bought on pre-order. So
Wow.
uh, yeah, I've never ever bought a phone like that was that new. Like I'm still seeing ads for the Pixel 6, so I'm like, this is still a new phone, so it can't become bad anytime soon, hopefully.
Hopefully. No, they said they're gonna support it for like 3, 4 years, right? They said something like that.
Yes, they're still selling the 5A, and that's pretty old as well, isn't it?
5A?
Yeah, isn't the 5A old? No, it's
No,
not.
it came out in August. Yeah, it came out in August.
Oh, okay, never mind
Yeah,
then. I thought it was old.
yeah. The 4A 5G, that one's different.
Oh,
Yeah, because they came out with the 4A in when did they come out with it? 2020 came out with the 4A summer 2020. Then
yeah,
in November they came out with the 4A 5G,
I see.
and then yeah,
They still had that in the store for a while. 4A 5G, I think.
yeah. It's I think it's gone already. Yeah, because the 5A replaced it. So
Interesting. Wow.
I remember what I was gonna. I was gonna talk about the millimeter wave. Yes,
Yes.
millimeter wave. How do you feel about that? Do you think? I mean,
So it's fast, but if I cannot use it without a line of sight to the thing, like, why do I really care that? Like, I don't know. Like, you saw that Linus's video, like, he literally moves like 2 inches away and it doesn't work anymore. So I can't have data that's that unreliable. Like, what if I turn around now my back is facing the thing? It may not go through. It may stop my download. I'd rather have reliability than constant switching between millimeter wave and low band or mid band or whatever.
yeah.
So if I can get the speeds, if I could, I know I don't need 1.3 gigabits per second on my phone. If I can get 200 megabits
Yeah, it's cool with me.
consistently, that's more than
It
enough,
is.
right? That's even that's good.
If they give me it
So,
on upload two, that'll be
oh,
cool.
yeah, they
That'll be
won't do
pretty
that
cool.
because I mean, your phone I think is more the limitation of the upload, right? Because the power output of your phone's probably got to be quite high to send that much data to the receiver.
Mm,
I don't know how cell tech works, but I know their antennas could have a lot more power output than our phone can do. So maybe that's why. But still not an excuse. They should work on that. 5G, the numbers sound great, but in practice,
the crap.
it's not that good.
Yeah.
You know, it skews their averages a lot though, because if somebody's getting 1.3 gigabits per second, their average is going to go way high, their overall network average, speed average. So I think that's why they're doing it, being like, oh, I'm the best carrier because my average speed is
I
20 megabits per second,
But then you
something
give
like
me
that.
data caps, and so it's like, what's the reason? But they're now slowly eliminating them, which is shocking to me.
Bro, I didn't tell you we have Xfinity over here, and the month is ending, and we have like 1.1 terabyte data cap for the whole house, and we're like 30 gigs left. We have 30 gigs left before we go over, and there's still what 2 days of the month still left over. I don't know. It's so annoying. This happens like every month.
Yeah, they're putting data caps on household lines, but they're not putting data caps on internet lines. At least for me, still down here, Spectrum is, Charter is like still no caps whatsoever.
Yeah,
But internet outages have been so frequent now. Pretty much every day, it goes off for like a good 5 minutes.
they'll
And
use this. You know what they'll say? They'll say because our network keeps going down is because people are downloading too much. The only way we can prevent this is if we put data caps for everyone. So everyone.
no,
That's what Comcast said. They said to give good service to everybody and maintain the availability of our services to all the households, we need to institute a data cap to penalize the people that are using too much, which doesn't make any sense because I know they have the capacity to do it. Because when we had COVID and they removed the data caps for 2 months, nothing ever happened,
Wait, you said you
So
have
it's
1 terabyte?
1 terabyte a
That's
month.
not even a lot, bro. What if you were trying to download your whole or upload your whole thing?
Oh, that's I can't do that. So my I used to upload everything to Backblaze,
Yeah.
all my NAS, um, but I can't because I would fill the data cap too quickly.
Wow.
So I had to limit my upload to I think 1 megabit or half a megabit per second. Otherwise, I would do it.
Wow. That's
It's
tough.
pretty bad.
I'm sorry about that, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. We're trying to get fiber soon, so maybe it'll help.
Don't talk to me about that, man. They ain't never gonna get that where I'm at. And I'm so
No,
sad, but we're only like 10 years too late. Like, that's really all it is. Like, the houses where my cousin lives, well, no, not even 10 years. 8 years too late. Because she can get fiber. They were built in '06. This one was built in '98. Can't get it. They gotta redig everything. And I'm just like, man, neighborhood. Come on, guys. We have to. We have to.
you know what you should do? You should get one of those. Linus did a video, those unified point-to-point things. If the house is close by, you just mount a little sender on top, and
Did
then
you watch it though? Did you watch the video?
I did. Didn't you get like 1 gigabit through there?
I thought it was close to it, but like literally it was like, look, what's the binoculars? Let me like it was crazy. The
They have to
efficiency they
align it
had
like
to.
perfectly. Yeah. But honestly, man, if you get 1 gigabit through that, like your cable isn't going to hold that much. So
Yeah,
like, pretty good.
that's true. But
It's a thought, you know. I always thought about being my own ISP. You know, I distribute internet for everyone else. That'd be pretty cool, but also illegal. So maybe not.
I just, I don't even know. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Especially because if there's any weather issues, if there's rain, I mean, it barely rains, but like if there's any weather, it's just gonna go down. You're gonna have no internet. I mean, yeah, back up on cable, but no, I'm not trying to.
Go dial up, you know.
With no phone line, you don't have.
No, you don't have a
No, never
landline?
that line.
Never mind, we do.
Oh, you just
Um,
use mobile. Yeah, just use your mobile phone as a hotspot. Just hook that up to
we
the
don't have
router.
service here, man.
You don't?
No, I'm only on Wi-Fi calling. That's the thing. It's like actually no service. It's like an X. Uh, so it's really
And they
bad.
want to get rid of 1X. And they want to get rid of 2G. Like, I don't know. I
And was it EVDO and H and all those like little letters that would come up on there?
But it's been a pleasure having you here, man. Definitely to catch up soon, man. And whenever I can get to the Bay, or whenever you come down here, man, I have to link up, man. Do these wing stops again.
For sure. Definitely, those Wingstop runs were the best. Spicy Korean.
Oh, oh! I can't get that right now. No. We eat it right here.
It's not Tuesday yet.
Yes, it's not Tuesday. It's gonna be expensive. If you'd like to listen to us, you can find us here maybe once a month, maybe twice a week. I don't know, depending on whenever we have episodes on all your favorite podcast platforms, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and then also on YouTube at 91BTV. I think that's it, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.